What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chatting with the Comic Community, the 50th episode of this show. It's funny how I made it to 50 episodes, but hey, it's been going strong and everybody enjoy it, so welcome to this episode. Today I have a panel. I have my bro, Jeff Comic, or the Cantonese Comic Kid now.
Yeah. Oh, AKA Jeff Comic. Yeah, used to be. Like JoJo changed her name too. So,
I'm joined by Big Will.
I have arrived.
Now, my special guest for today, JoJo, Flix and Comix.
Hey guys, good to be here. Happy 50th. That's awesome.
Thank you. I got Discovery Bay, JB in the house.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me.
And just joining the stream, I got Simply Incredible. What's going on?
What is going on, everybody? Happy 50th.
Thank you, man. 50 shows. It's been a long run, but
Now, 52 Puff means 1 year, so you got 2 weeks to plan something. What we gonna do?
and then you got how many until 100? So then you got to plan something else when you get to 100.
yeah. But yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. We have Varangian Vigilante in the chat, and of course JB repping in the chat as well. You call him the Grand Wizard of the CCK.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's gonna be a fun show. We're just gonna shoot the shit and just have fun talking.
Yeah.
I have a package that I'm gonna open. It's gonna be the day of unboxings because this is my purchase from Big Will from last weekend. Because everything Big Will shows on the show is for sale. Just letting you know that.
I was about to say if it's not tied down, it's not. But he said that last week. Even if it's tied down, it's for sale too.
Exactly.
He's gonna ask me for a total here at some point during the show too.
I just want to show off some books I have. I ain't pick up no new comics, but I did get this early in the week.
I love it.
Ooh.
Juan Luau, Harley Quinn 75 from Black Flag Comics.
Hey, that looks signed.
Yeah, who's
Yeah,
that?
by Juan Luau.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
And I also picked up this Vampirella 25 from the first volume of Dynamite Perillo cover.
Perillo.
That's one I need later.
And I'm continuing to build on my Real Ghostbusters run. I got the Real Ghostbusters issue 20.
How many more are you missing out of that run, Puff?
I think 4 more issues.
Okay.
Nice.
Let me know which ones. I might have some doubles.
Okay, cool. And I also have issue 1 of volume 2 of the Now series. And this was a 4-issue run. But yeah. Those are the pickups I have, plus the unboxing I got.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
I got a couple of AOKs. I got let's see. Yeah, I got a couple of things.
I have
You want?
Yeah, I'll show them.
I got nothing.
You got nothing? I'll show
bought
enough for
bunches,
everybody. Trust me, I'll show enough for everybody. I got. I picked this up there today.
Ooh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
So pretty much my Grail list is pretty much 1, 2, and 3 are pretty much hit. I hit all 3. So
that is awesome.
Yep. And then Steve AOK'd me this, but there's stuff in the box too. So yeah. See.
Ooh, that is
Do you
awesome.
know what's in the box already, or you just now? This is the first time you've seen it.
Nah, he showed me. He showed me
okay.
before. He was too excited. He had to show me. So
All right, what do we got?
Oh, I like that.
1 in
Ooh,
21.
holy.
Wow.
The 1 in 21. That. The 1 in 15 of issue 14 of Vampirella.
Oh no, that looks cool.
Very nice.
Yep. And then we have Momoko. Peach Momoko. I think this is either the Cease one or either one of the Vampirellas. I forget. But it's another like 1 in 15. I like her. I like Momoko's work in black and white or in color. It looks a little funny to me. I think.
Eh.
And the cover I dislike the most on the whole pile.
Yeah, that looks like a combination of Vampirella and Lady Deathstrike.
Lady Deathstrike. I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that one.
1 in 25.
Perillo.
Yeah.
Is
And
that
this
like
is
a
another
zombie
Perillo.
Sonya?
Yeah. Yeah, it's from their version of Deceased. Deceased line. So
Oh, is
Got
that
this?
what the dynamite is?
yeah.
Oh, I see. Cool.
Yeah, so this is their chaos one where they're where Red Sonja crosses over with Chaos Comics characters like Evil Ernie and all those guys. It's the 1 in 40. And then this one. I think this is a Vampirella 1 in 11.
Very nice.
Yep. Picked the like I said, I like Peach and Momoko stuff in black and white, but color wise, I'm not a fan.
I'm
Where did
starting
all
to
these
like her stuff more lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did all these
130.
books come from?
From Steve. Steve AOK'd me it.
Oh my
so-
goodness.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yep. This is the Perillo cover. I think it's
Whoa.
issue 14 or
It
Yeah, I think
doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't
Well, yeah.
matter.
So
what
it's a good book for Hump Day, Wednesday. And then
Oh,
1 in
that's
50.
fine.
Oh, that's
Yep.
great. That's good.
Deja
Yeah,
Thoris.
that's really
one.
nice.
Yeah, this is a Deja Thoris black and white. And got this. Got the
Holy
got the frame.
moly.
Oh,
Yeah, the
wow.
frame.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
That is really cool.
Got the frame made. So
That
now
is
now I don't have to keep on showing it. Now it's gonna be hanging up behind me somewhere.
Awesome.
Yeah, I tried to put it up earlier during I think when I first got it. Yeah, I need to reinforce it because it won't stay up.
Yeah.
It's come crashing down. All it's gonna take is one stream with Puff, and you guys see that thing hit me in the head. It's gonna knock me out.
Well, hey, I had a poster of Vampirella that was amazing, and I went down to a custom frame shop, and I asked for a white frame with like blood on the top, dripping down, pooling at the bottom. I thought that would look like a really cool frame. And the custom frame shop said, "I'm sorry, we don't do things like that."
You mean like this?
I'm like,
Like
you
that.
don't do custom frames at this custom frame shop? They go, "No."
Yeah.
All
No,
they
we
do
do
is have
that.
a choice of different frames. and
Sizes, they
different
say,
frames.
yeah.
That's custom.
The custom is the sizing.
Jeff, where did you get that done? Like, who was it? Was it a
Marvelous Comics, John Hoffman.
Wow.
He does frames and he sells books. Oh, and I got a book from him too. Before I forget. Well, there's two versions of this Frazetta. There's two differences though. This is the
All right.
German. This one's the German edition. This is the John Hoffman edition. The English edition is right here.
Wow.
Yeah. So the 25th anniversary. The German edition came from Vigilante. So
Nice.
yep.
How can you tell the difference? I don't see it. Any
Well,
real
yeah,
difference,
very
you know?
easily.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can tell the difference with this one. The German edition is thinner. It's almost like
it's thinner. They use thinner paper in Germany.
No, it's not. It's not thinner paper. It's just
Good book.
this is
They
a
take
thinner
ad
thinner book. It's a
like
thinner
a
book,
regular-
and then
Like a
Yeah.
regular comic, while that one is like the
There's less advertisements in there.
yeah, magazine size almost. almost.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
So
It
if
is-
you open up and look inside, it's a different language.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't know, and then I opened it up. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this one's in German.
But I
I
can
can't
see
even
those.
read this.
Yeah, because I opened this one. I'm thinking, oh, it's an American version, and then I opened it. I'm like, wait a minute, it doesn't look. And then so this is the English edition right here. So.
Well, there you go. Now, you can learn German from the books.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Hey, I don't know, man. So,
And then the Sarah Frazetta I picked up from Black Flag.
yeah.
If you guys didn't know, me and Vigilante interviewed her last weekend. last Saturday.
That was a great interview.
Yeah, I would say that
Yeah.
was really good.
Look at that.
Yep. Yeah, and I ordered something else that Sarah was hyping up. The what was it? Masterpieces of Fantasy Art. That book is huge.
Ooh.
That book is 500 and something pages,
Very
and
nice.
it's as big as a damn coffee, almost bigger than a coffee table. That thing is
sounds cool.
huge.
Can't wait to see that come in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to see how huge that is.
yeah. I could knock somebody out with it. That's how huge that damn book is.
JoJo, are you buying comics on Wednesdays, or are you part of the the new
No.
comic book day scene, or you're more of the old comic book day scene?
Yeah, I go dig in. I'm more of
You're
the
digging
old.
in the long boxes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
that was a great video you uploaded going through the comic shop and
Thanks,
showing off the
yeah.
stuff.
I happened to be out there, so I had some time, and they have a lot of great shops in Arizona.
Ooh.
I was really impressed. So,
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I don't have the haul with me, but I did pick up some other stuff.
Ooh, all right. What'd you get?
I'll show you guys.
There you go.
Got a new 52.
Ah,
Batman.
Zero.
Yeah.
25.
Somebody could do a quick sketch on that. You could.
Right? Yeah, you
This
could.
one.
Yeah, you could if they wanted to.
like silver ink sketch.
Yeah.
Shauna like this one.
Infestation.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that
Love
cool?
that series.
It's awesome. And then this one was cool. This
Another
is a
Ghostbusters.
Army of Darkness type.
Yes, I need that one.
Oh
I
no,
need
he
that
needs
one.
it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd never seen it before, so I was like, oh yeah.
Me neither.
That's
Yeah.
great.
That's another one
Very
Sean hasn't
cool.
seen before.
Yeah. And then keeping on with cover swipes of
Oh, nice.
movie
Mhm.
posters. Got is this Dawn of the Dead? Yeah, Dawn of the Dead movie swipe. But yeah, pretty cool. I never had this issue, so it's pretty awesome. More movie swipes. It's Alien.
I think Deadpool had a lot of those
Aliens.
movies.
Okay, yeah.
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 This is the Sudam. Is that how you pronounce his name? Sudam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arthur Sudam. Yeah.
Sudam. Okay.
So these are going into the cover swipes
yeah.
collection. Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
I love that you're an out of the box pop collector. By the way, I'm
thank
checking
you.
out your pop
Yeah.
collection. I love to actually take them out and play with them.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll keep them in, obviously, if they're like more valuable, you know. This one though, had to grab that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It was $7. I don't know if that's a fair price right now or not.
That's a decent price.
It's
Yeah.
okay, probably, yeah.
Who did the cover on that? Was that
That's
Silvestri?
Bagley.
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 Bagley. I don't know why I keep thinking Silvestri on those.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Floating head, right? For Comigories.
What's up, Biggie?
Biggie.
Biggieshaq.
Big.
What's up, guys?
Biggieshaq just loves his comics. I love that.
This was kind of a guilty pleasure. Speaking of pops.
That was awesome.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Those pop covers are pretty hard to find sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few years ago, I got a bunch of them from I think it's IDW. They did a bunch of them.
Cool. Dollar comic.
Yeah, I actually bought that one to read the story.
Yeah, same.
You know, I would have never read it without having a cheap version of it. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. And then this was. Guess that's the theme of the day. Is cover swipes.
Awesome.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This one's a Mike
What
DeMundo.
issue is that?
I forget what issue. After Ramita, though. Cool. And then this was really random. Gwen Pole's number 0.
Ooh.
And if you look closely, because I think that was like her first appearance of, it was a different variant of this. I don't know, but
Mhm.
says
Yep.
second printing of my second printing of my collected first appearances. Don't you think
Oh,
we pick it up this time?
that's cool.
Yeah.
Howard in the background.
Dude, they're totally, to the collectors, you can't not pass that up. You're like, wait a minute, yep, you're right.
I had to, and I'm
Let
not
me grab
even a
that.
huge Gwenpool fan, but
But-
yeah, that kind of was pretty
So
awesome.
that was it, JoJo?
Yeah, that was it.
Show that army of Ghostbusters again.
Okay. That thing. Here you go.
I need to see what issue is that?
This is number 2 from the IDW.
I need that. I need that.
Precision Jones.
We'll
I'm
keep an
gonna
eye
find
out
that.
at Urban Legends. I'll keep an eye out at Urban Legends as if we see it.
Look-
I'll make sure to grab
look-
it.
Just look at Egon, just in full ash mode with Janine. That's just awesome.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Awesome finds.
Good
So
stuff.
yeah, put
Awesome.
your cover swipes.
What's going on, Biggie?
Oh, not much. I wanted to come in and say hi and show a couple books and
You got
make
baby.
a little cameo real quick.
Biggie. You went live earlier, so I know you're gonna show those.
Yeah.
Crack Kirby.
Oh yeah, I got Walking Dead 3 in collar today, my last new comic book day book. I got this one a couple of days ago, Mighty Morphin. I got this one out of my box. I thought it was cool because I saw the new multiverse stuff on Metal, and I like this Captain Carrot cover. Just Parasite's really dope. Got from Tony Sanders. Is
Very
that
cool.
Alex Ross?
That's
I
Alex.
was wondering. Yeah, I was
Very
wondering.
cool.
That's nice. I got this
That's
in
a
a
key.
yeah.
Oh
Pride.
yeah.
Nice.
Now,
Hell yeah.
Stand DC Universe Direct. Oh, it's a direct. Okay.
Right.
I got a prize tag from Funkenstein, Ralph Funk.
No way. Very cool.
Yeah, it was on the hunt. He won, and he prize
Oh,
tagged.
is that a facsimile? Or is that the real deal?
That's the real one, baby.
Shut the front door,
Wow.
dude. That's nice.
Yeah, I bought this one. Bought this one from Tony. He was selling some of his books, and
What?
yeah, it fell in my price range. I was like, I'll take that. Thank you.
What? I just saw what was next.
Yeah. Whoa. No.
Oh
wait a
yeah,
minute.
yeah. No, I'm gonna sneak it in there. I got this. Yeah, I got this today. Got this today. It was nice. And then he gave me this
Oh.
one for free.
Shut up. Serious?
Yeah,
Very
free.
nice.
Wow.
Oh,
Free 99. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh man, that's too nice.
Free nice. Very cool, man.
And I picked this one up today.
That cover.
And I got a couple more original art pieces to show. And
Original art. Show
I'm
me
gonna
some
tear-
original art.
I'm gonna tear out of here because I got Little Shack asleep. But check, this is a Tricky
Ooh.
Trapster.
Wow.
Dang.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, I won that
Tricky
on
Trapster.
I won that on NYC's art recap. And this is Tony Sanders. I think I'm one of the only people that have Tony Sanders
What?
art.
I have never seen a piece of Tony Sanders' original art.
I
That's
remember
awesome.
him telling us, yeah, he used to draw a lot too. I remember him
It's-
saying something about
dude.
it.
It's high level stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Hey Tony, I want to tell you thank you for all the support on my sub push stuff. I saw the comments you left yesterday, and I just want to say thank you for all your help, and everybody else. I know Discovery, you was on my last sub push. Thank you, man.
Hey,
Uh,
everybody! I put the link in the description below. Biggieshaq's channel. Go sub him up. Let's get him to 900 subscribers, y'all.
Let's do
What,
it.
what do you
Thank
got
you,
right
guys.
now, Biggie?
Let's
I'm
just get
at-
him to 1,000, man. Just
I'm at I'm at 869, 869, 869.
All right.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
good,
getting there.
man. It's
Very
moving
nice.
right along.
But guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna take a rain check. Hopefully, I'll hop on next week. If Lil Shaq wakes up, I'll get back in here.
Gotcha,
Cool.
man. Thanks for
Uh,
stopping in,
yeah,
Biggie.
Biggie.
Later,
All right,
Big.
guys. Thank you, man.
Good
Hater.
stuff.
If I can find the, I can't see nothing. Love y'all, man. Hey, get your comic book.
Read your comic books.
I like how Biggie just comes in, drops some heat, and then leaves.
I love Big.
He does
Drop
that
them
all the
bangers,
time.
man.
I got.
Always bringing the bangers. Yeah, that's why you should have more subs than that.
I did unbox the what I got from Big Will.
That's cool.
What you got?
Yeah,
Ooh,
that is nice.
nice.
You know, when Big
Zach-
Will come on the show and shows off what he's
Yeah.
selling, it's
Yeah.
always tempting.
Yeah.
Nice.
And look at him right now. He's shaking his hands like yes.
Anyway, he better not have anything else to sell today.
Don't tempt him.
Because
Don't
while
tempt
I was
him.
on here, I checked my phone, and at the front door.
Oh,
But I'm just gonna let it sit over here for about the next 10 months, so I can be
Months.
like JB.
Yeah, so you could be. You want to see the latest? You guys want to see the latest
Oh,
stack?
no,
It's
no, no.
nuts.
You know,
Yes,
you need to open at least 2 today.
unboxing with JB time.
Ooh, that pile got bigger because that pile was only half the size last week.
Don't stand by.
Got my pajamas. You like my Marvel pajamas?
Yeah, that did PJs.
Yeah, last week it was about his height. This week is taller than
It's
JP.
ridiculous.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, we're gonna open some stuff.
Ooh, I'm
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Plus, am
It's
I
like
the only?
this-
I'm sorry. Am I the only guy that's like big time into New Comic Book Day? Because I am reading a bunch of stuff, and I think
No,
there's a
you're not the
lot
only
of good
one.
stuff out there.
I'm dyslexic, man.
For
I'm
all
lucky
the
to read what I
heat
read.
out there that there's not a lot of good stories, I disagree. There's a
That's
lot
straight
of really
bull.
good stories right now, man.
There's not an
There's a
LCS
lot of
within
good stuff.
75 miles of my house. That's why I don't ever go.
Hey, Justice for Comics is up in here. What's up, man?
What's up? Hello from
Indeed.
New Mexico.
Las Cruces, 1971.
And
You know
Big
what?
Will,
I bet you we're close to the same
package is
age.
great. We got bubble wrap, boards on both sides, rubber band wrapping around them. He knows what's up. I'm all excited.
Yes.
I forgot what you bought.
You forgot to send some stuff. That's what happened.
So wait a minute. This literally just came in the front door 30 seconds ago.
Savage Dragon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2.
Wow.
I will not apologize for the
9.8.
glare because I do not apologize for glares.
You're not supposed to apologize for the
There you
glare.
go. I thought that was pretty awesome. A cool back, just because. There we go.
That
Wait a
Vanguard.
minute. It flips upside. Wait. Flip.
Yeah, flip.
Is that a different comic book
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
back?
yeah, that had 2 different issues.
That's a completely different comic book on the back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Vanguard.
that's
1.
Lawson's other character, Vanguard.
Yeah.
And for that to come back at 9.8, man, you got to think you got 2 covers that you had. That's good. Good stuff.
And just because.
I got one too. Yeah, I know.
You sound disappointed.
I mean,
What
not
am I
horrible, but,
doing? Come on.
But this is the one that made me a little bit more happy. Is when I picked this one up,
Oh.
the 8.5, and the newsstand edition.
No,
And custom label? Is that got the
Yeah,
new?
and custom label.
Oh, that's clean.
Nice.
So
Y'all are dropping bombs.
thanks so much, Big Will.
So clean.
Awesome deal on them. So please don't show anything for a while because my bank account's hurting. But thank you.
Is this the Big Will show? Is this everyone showing off what they got from Big Will?
I'm the only one that hasn't got nothing yet. So
It's not for my lack of trying.
That's true.
yeah,
Hey, when Big Will says everything's for sale and he waves them in our faces, even we can't resist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I let him go for a little bit, then found like just pull him aside.
No, the funniest one you got was the damn Space Ghost one. That was the funniest one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that
were right here behind you somewhere, I believe.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
that one's my favorite one out of all of them because it makes me laugh every time he goes, "Oh yeah, nobody wanted to get on eBay." Throws it up.
Yeah, he kept trying to take him down lower and lower, and finally he's like, you know what? Whatever. I was like, I got him. I'll take him.
Yeah, I remember.
So, JV, you say you read a lot of books. You want to go on and,
Oh
and talk
man,
about a few of the
I'm
books?
big. I am big right now on this, just regular straight up New Comic Book Day. If you haven't seen the shameless plug, if you haven't seen my 2-minute 15-second video for my top 10 picks that I actually put out a week in advance, I'm actually picking those books up and reading them all. So last week was a big week in books, guys. Think about it. We had the conclusion to this story arc on Venom 30. How did you guys feel about it? Did you read it? Can I go spoiler? Can I talk about this?
I
or should
read
we
it.
not
I
talk
read it.
about
I liked it. I liked
Yeah?
it.
Spoil
You know,
away.
Where you get, I don't want to spoil it, but I felt I felt a little disappointed by, it's just the hand touch and then it's over. A big hand touch. Oh, that's like something the Tinkerbell's touching their wings or something. I was a little disappointed.
I thought it was going
If you
somewhere
read
else,
it, then
but
you know
okay.
what I'm talking about. You're like, really? A hand touch? Come on, man. I like this new character, and he's not a villain. He's a hero. he's a hero. The Ghost Maker, and how I love how everyone keeps knocking his title. You know, they're like, what? Ghost Man? That's a goofy name. And he's like, I hate this city. But he's there to basically, I like how they introduce a character who is supposed to be part of Bruce Wayne's past as a teenager. And this kid has been beating him, you know, all along. And the kid tell you get Gotham and you take care of it and I'll take care of everything else. And now he's come to Gotham basically to say, Batman, you're doing a terrible job. And this kid over here, the Clown Hunter, is an example of you doing a terrible job in Gotham. So now I'm going to come in and do Batman's job in Gotham. And that's what the storyline is here. And Tinian's killing, I think, on Batman. I've been on it the whole time.
Is that a Matina?
Right. That is I do believe this is the Funky Cole Matina cover.
Yeah.
And plus, I like getting the cardstock cover. I like getting the cardstock covers. They just feel better. I feel like I'm not going to jack them up when I'm reading them, and I read my books. Next is Once and Future. Man, Grandma, are you guys not reading Once and Future?
It's
good. Grandma sitting there getting the premonition, you know, with the birds right at the very beginning, and this is a really well written book. The artwork is fantastic in this, and every single issue ends on a major cliffhanger to keep you coming back for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Go check out Once and Future from Boom Studios, right? Is that Boom? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's Boom.
All right, I've been on it from the beginning, and I'm still on it, and I'm still loving the story and what's going on. And now this big reveal at the end when she gets the die to find out that no, he was never really. I'm spoiling that, by the way. If you're not reading this, you should be reading this. But she gets the die. She was never really the Grandmaster. They were just players in the game. The whole time she thought that if she took control of it, she'd be able to alter it, and she couldn't. So Die 15 from Image Comics. I believe that's Image, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah,
it is. It's Image.
Now, the next one. I am so pumped on this Ten of Swords story, guys. And I don't know if it's coming off of rereading. Well, not really. Next, this Ten of Swords thing is. I was going to get off X titles. You guys remember me talking about that? Where every week I was like, which X title am I going to drop? And every week I never dropped them all, any of them. So then they introduce new titles, and I'm like, I'm just not going to start them. I'm not starting Hellions. I'm not starting Cable at all. I didn't even get number ones, I think. I was like, I'm just not going to do it. And then they tie him into this Ten of Swords, and I got to do it. So I'm so whacked out of my mind right now on this Ten of Swords that I'm literally I got a thumbnail and I got shit set up to talk about. I'm gonna do a video where I give you the actual spoiler review on all 3 of these episodes. That's some of my new content coming up.
Cool.
Because these are freaking awesome, man. This contest is not just a sword duel. It got all crazy. You knew it was gonna get crazy when they had the arm wrestling contest, and then you're like, what the hell? Then it just went off the rails. There's like a runway competition, there's a disco dance, there's all kinds of just craziness happening in this competition. If you guys are reading it, it's been pretty good. I'm all in on it. So what else we got? Am I supposed to do an unboxing? You want to save that for later?
Yes.
We can do an unboxing. Let's see, what do I got here?
Well, we should have the chat to pick a number, and then we
gotta get the chat to pick a number. I got an unboxing one here somewhere, don't I? No, not that one. That was the sponsor. Too many graphics, too many things here. Comment slide. Don't need you. Don't need Ten of Swords. Don't need tech spoiler review.
While we're waiting on that.
Yeah, while you're waiting on that.
It just happened to be sitting beside me.
Comic book review. All right. Not comic book review. Unbox.
Very nice.
I got a copy, but it's signed by Spider-Man from Universal because a friend of mine gave me a bunch of free books.
Hey, Biggieshaq already picking number 45.
There's no 45. All right. All right. Seriously, what's the chat saying? What's the chat saying? It's a solid 1 to 30. Don't say 30 because I'm not taking the one off the bottom. So don't pick 30.
Yeah, because We don't need JB to that thing to crash.
Yeah,
down.
it's all over on my head. What do we got, guys?
Biggie says 18.
18.
Seawood in the chat, he said 19. What's up, Seawood?
19. 21. I like 21. 21's my favorite.
13.
I will go with 15.
You know, if you want to be sneaky, you could count from the bottom up and take.
Stop. No.
Mhm. If we hear oh shit, we know what happened.
911 emergency.
I just,
All over.
Don't you?
I think it's going to crash down. It's going to come crashing down. It's like a house of cards right now. All right, so I've got a box from Mark Perrone in St. James, New York. This has got to be, who is this guy?
Never heard of it.
This has got to be from one of the New York Warriors. And this package is not that old. It's from September. So, I mean, come on, man.
Wait,
Not that bad.
it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Only 2 months.
It's not like last year, so
Yeah,
that's always
it's
good.
Not all that kind of crazy. So let's see what we got here from Mark. I think it's one of the
it's Marky.
New York Warriors.
Marky, yeah.
Marky 316.
Yeah, Marky. Let's see how the packaging is. It's Gemini mailer because everybody knows if you're shipping comic books, you put them in a Gemini mailer.
Well, I just thought you just stuffed them into a plain white
Just
envelope.
Stuff them in an envelope. And you know what I'm going to say.
Pull tabs.
Pull tabs. I can't find it, but yes, pull tabs. And that will be recycled because that's another thing. If you're getting comic books, you can recycle the Gemini mailers. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Yeah.
all okay with that. I don't think there's anybody in the community that's not okay with that.
I did hear
Just,
one guy said, I
do
only
it.
use new ones. I'm like, why?
Because of
You're
COVID.
It's like a year and a half ago. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I've had some where I'm using postal stickers. These things, I'll slap these things all over them just to cover up the addresses and stuff. I'm like, I'm reusing this thing
Yeah.
again and again. All right, let's see what we got. I have no idea what I bought here because it's been a while. Okay. Oh, I needed these. Okay, I needed these. I absolutely needed these because what happened was there was a period of time where DC wasn't shipping, and for some reason, Chino, who I get my comic books from, didn't get 94, 95, and 96
Sounds about
because they
sounds
didn't,
about right.
because they didn't get 94, 95, and 96.
Yep. Sounds
Yeah.
Now,
about right.
since
The
then,
East Coast.
Chino actually had tracked down 94 for me, but I still needed 95 and 96. So when these came up in an auction, I was like, well, hell, dude. Yeah, I need all 3 of those. Let's do it. So there you go.
Very
Nice.
From Marky 316, one of the home of the New York Warriors. Can we do another one? I feel like that's not enough, man.
Yeah,
There's
well,
like-
you're
Yeah.
supposed to do too.
am I supposed
Well,
to do
that, yeah. Now if we hear him go, oh shit, we know it when it came, you know.
Just
Wanna
whittle
do
down that stack.
because it's messing up the pile, and and it's from Superpower Review.
Okay.
And I think I want something from him. And you know how he does those original art cards?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I got one. I
Nice.
won one. And have you guys seen these? These are kind of cool. I like that channel. You guys watch Superpower Review, Kevin?
Yeah.
Seen a few things.
Oh, these are so cool because you know we were talking about original art.
Nice.
Very cool.
Oh, that Spider-Man looked dope.
Yeah, that's funny.
Right?
Spider-Man's cool.
Are those on the Marvel cards?
They're just, you know,
Like on the back?
pieces of.
Display? Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, there was nothing.
Where the spot almost looks like a Wookiee, almost.
Mm.
That is
Kinda cool.
Nice.
So thank you, Kevin from Superpower Reviews, for that. And yeah, we're on a roll. We're gonna do one more. What was the other numbers that we had up there?
Wait, that was it?
That was it? No, that
Yeah,
was
like,
from Kevin. Yeah.
There was a 21 in there, a 15, a 19.
Yeah, 13, 21.
Well,
I said
I'm gonna
15.
I wouldn't go with 13 if I was if I was him.
I have no idea who this is from.
Oh boy.
All right. This must be Instagram. Maybe. Or maybe this is an auction. I don't recognize the name. But it's another New York. Great South Bay Comics in New York. Anybody?
Nope.
I think there's a shop out there, I think. So I mean, it might be an Instagram buy, like you said.
Gemini inside the priority.
Yeah, so it might be.
I've done that.
Might be a.
I've done that.
Looks like an
Sometimes I'll
eBay
take
buy.
2 of these. I'll take 2 Geminis. You want to put maybe 10 or 11 in each one, and then you put them back to back in there. Oh, man, I've been buying a lot of these.
Oh boy.
Holy moly. When did I buy that package? I didn't even notice that.
Nice.
I am buying Star Wars comic books because I'm out of my freaking mind. A Star Wars fan. You guys see my my first ever audio podcast was a Star Wars one. Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah, I just saw that one. Or yeah, the first appearance of somebody on one of them. I forgot which one, but
And another one, 3. So it's counting down. Shadows of the Empire. It was 4, 3, 2,
Those look clean too.
and is there 1? Yep, number 1.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very cool. Then we go to issue 23.
Oh,
Classic.
that's the collection I like right there. Those old
Yeah, because I just keep buying them and buying them. 21. I can't stop myself right now buying these Star Wars.
Star Wars is so addicting.
19.
How many ones do you have?
A couple.
I've got a bunch of number 1s, but it's not the A copy.
18,
Got a bunch of second prints, reprints, all kinds of stuff.
17.
Oh, that's nice.
How many 42s do you have?
None.
Ah.
Not a
Well,
single
no
one.
I got 0. Oh,
Not a single one. Big Will, did you come across one?
No,
when you go,
I said if I come across.
Oh,
yeah, when you hear him go, aha, it means he might have one.
yeah, just a couple more. That was 13. This one's 11. These all need to be rebagged and boarded. Not sure. Number 10.
Do you guys consider Chewbacca a sidekick?
Yes.
Yes.
On Comic Gories one day they had
Nine.
sidekicks, and I sent a picture of Chewbacca in, and John with Comics, his daughter's like, Chewbacca's not a sidekick.
He's Han Solo's right hand man.
It cracked me up. That is a
That's the
sidekick.
last one, number 8. So yeah, that was a very nice run of Star Wars books. Can't wait to get those rebagged and boarded and
Nice.
into the collection.
Yeah, I saw that waviness.
Cool.
That was an
That's
awesome box
it.
right there.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Now I only take this overlay off, so I don't look like a jackass.
It's crazy
All right,
how
there we
the
go.
Star Wars books are like blowing up now, right?
Yeah, especially the Dark Horse ones.
Mm-hmm.
I have some of those old ones.
14, yeah.
Well, it's gonna be
18.
gonna be interesting to see next month all those damn what is it, alien books, those alien variant covers.
Which
To see
alien variant covers?
I mean, all the ones to see if the Dark Horse stuff is gonna go, off the charts because of those.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That'll be interesting to see.
Very cool.
Sweet.
On
So-
The next.
I want to put the spotlight on our special guest, JoJo, Flix and Comix. We all love JoJo. She has a great live stream every Sunday night, or at least every other Sunday night, but mostly she's been doing it Sunday nights. And you have wide variety of a collection. You know, from comics to collectible figures, toys, and stuff like that. Oh, and she busting out the lightsaber.
Since we were on Star Wars.
It is.
You put
Hey,
your
you know
eye out, kid.
What's up, Big Remo?
Big Remo.
Yeah.
But what I want to also ask you about your UFC video editing and your role with them and the NFL media and stuff, since that was a big part of you know, you going through college and being a visual video editor. So talk to us about that and that whole process and how you started with it.
Sure. So I have a degree in film, so that's what I went to school for. And after graduating, I actually wasn't really sure what I was going to do within film. So I did take a class, an editing class in school, but at Riverside, I went to UCR. They didn't really have too much hands-on classes, and if they did, they were super limited. So I took a few of them, but I felt like it wasn't enough to kind of, I don't know, get me out there, like working at a real job. So it was all a lot of theory based stuff that I was learning there. So after college, I did a couple internships that I mainly did like video editing for just various like indie production companies and stuff out in LA. And I did that for a while, and then I actually started at a place that did. Do you guys know what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is?
Mhm.
So BJJ, yeah,
movie
they were
in
doing
there?
tournament like DVD videos out there because there were a lot of tournaments going down in Long Beach, California. So I was doing a lot of live production for them, and I started, you know, just kind of getting my feet wet there with like live and post production. So I would do a lot of editing and DVDs for them, tutorials and tournaments and stuff like that. And then, so I had started with that background, but then I went into esports production. So
Oh
that was
boy.
kind of a weird curveball for me because I didn't even know that really existed, like to the extent that it is.
It's crazy.
Like when you talk about WoW and when you talk about League of Legends and StarCraft and all that, I had no idea. So that was pretty interesting, and I was just doing live and video editing for them too. And that's actually where I met my fiance. He was a commentator for those tournaments, and so we got along really well, obviously. And then we came out here because he had an opportunity here in Vegas. So I was a little reluctant to come out here because I wasn't sure if I would get like the opportunities I was getting out there in LA. Obviously, that's like the mecca of video production and all that. So yeah, I came out here and kind of took a risk, and I just started applying to all these places. I feel at least I could probably get a job at one of these hotels, right? Like, where, you know, sometimes they need a video production for like their ads and stuff like that, maybe social media type of thing. And UFC actually reached out to me, and you know, they wanted me for an interview. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. And I wasn't expecting that. But I did have that background in the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu stuff. So it made sense. But yeah, so I landed that. And basically, what I do there is I do a lot of the social media promo work. So a lot of the stuff that goes straight to Dana White's Instagram. I haven't done that in like a month though, but for the most part, I've been doing that, building his Instagram. And then I also do stuff for our main page, main UFC page. And on occasion, they'll have me doing random stuff. Like I did this Ronda Rousey interview that went straight to YouTube, but it was like very interesting to see her where she is now after like all the WWE stuff and everything. So that she did. So yeah, that was really cool. And then now I'm working on a show for Fight Pass, which is our streaming service. So yeah, we did we're doing that right now. It's called Watch Party. It's basically like a giant reaction video, I would say, where they go to different fighters' houses during the event, and they just kind of see their reactions. It's like a watch along, basically. So that's pretty fun. And yeah, I've been there for like 6 years now. And recently, before the pandemic, I was talking to NFL Films because obviously, they just built this beautiful stadium out here, Allegiant Stadium for the Raiders. And I was like, it'd be cool. I remember thinking, like, when they were building it, like, man, it'd be cool to work there. But I didn't have any connects or anything. And then randomly, one of my coworkers at UFC was like, hey, I used to work at NFL Films, and they need some people to work the events here, the games, the home games. Would you be interested in that? I was like, yeah, hello. So yeah, I'm working some of the home games, not all of them, but like I'm working tomorrow. So, and it's crazy because it's my birthday tomorrow. So I'm like, well, that's
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
go. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at now. But yeah, it's been an adventure out here in Vegas for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like how it started, with the BJJ,
Oh yeah.
and then you just work your way up, and it all just came to you. It fell in your lap, and
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is a lot of like work before that happens, though. It's like those internships, some of them weren't paid, and I was just straight working like for them for free, which is obviously not ideal, especially when you're commuting. It's like it's a sucky gig, but if you can endure that and just keep going, eventually people are gonna see that you have value. So yeah.
Have you met a lot of the fighters? I'm a diehard guy. I trained mixed martial arts for about 15 years. Absolutely love it. I've got to meet a few of the fighters, but there's so many I haven't. But all of them I've met have been super awesome. But I'm just wondering about your experiences with them.
So nice, which is kind of funny because you'd think that, being that they're fighters, they would have this like, I don't know, attitude to them. But they're all
like the Diaz brothers always seem like that to me.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I run into them a lot at the headquarters. I work like literally right next to the PI, the Performance Institute that they have there. And so they're always going in to get like checked out and stuff and get physical therapy there. So there's also a cafeteria there, and I'm like on the way to the cafeteria. So a lot of them just like stop by. And the other day it was funny. I was at, Sarah McMahon.
Yeah.
So this was a funny story with her. I was just working, and I get that feeling like someone's behind me, right? And I was like, what the? And turn around in my cubicle, and it's just her, just standing there. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Can I help you with something? And she's like, I'm lost. Can you like show me where to go? I'm looking for so and so. And I was like, so I don't know her. What was her name again? And I think she misheard me and thought I said, what's your name again? And she's like, oh, I'm Sarah McMahon. And I was like, oh, I know who you are. That's not my question. But yeah, just like random little incidents like that. There was another funny incident where Masvidal, he was in the courtyard, and set up like the doors are always locked coming in. So he got locked out, and he was like banging on the door, and no one was there. This was like after hours. It was like 6 or 7, and no one was around. And I happened to be walking down near the cafeteria, and he was just like boom, 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 boom. Like he couldn't get back in. So I opened the door for him, like, oh my god, I'm so sorry you got left out there. He's like, thank you. I didn't know how long I was gonna be out there. It's just like, that is so random. But yeah, they're all really nice. They're all super nice. Francis Ngannou is one that likes to visit a lot too. He's cool.
That is a big dude.
Yeah.
And GSP.
I've never met GSP.
Oh, that's one I haven't met, and I want to meet him so bad.
I never got to meet Rousey either.
Rhonda.
I'm so sad about that. But yeah.
I hear she's going back to WWE if you get a chance.
Is she?
That's the rumor.
Okay. I hope she does, because yeah, she really enjoyed doing all that.
She seemed to really have a good time. She adapted really well.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pop, I interrupted.
But it's alright. You how much reaction do you get for all the videos that you edit? Because you do a lot of video editing, promoting the fights for the pay-per-views and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what was the reaction when you first started doing all that and putting them together?
Well, so we were starting to do some of those social media stuff for Dana specifically because they wanted to grow his channel more because the UFC channel was already pretty big. And actually just last year, the UFC channel hit as many followers as the NFL, I believe. So that was a big accomplishment for them. But yeah, now we wanted to start growing Dana's channel, who is the president of the UFC. So that's where they kind of grabbed me and was like, because also at the time I was an assistant editor and I was looking to get promoted. So they needed somebody and I was like, oh, I'll take that gig. Like I can do social video editing for sure. So yeah, once I started doing, at first they were a little hesitant because they weren't sure if like I could edit promos because a lot of what I was doing was like I was doing night shift also. That's what I was talking about with like you also, there are these opportunities, but you also have to kind of sacrifice and work hard to get there. But one of those is night shift. You know, night shift is pretty rough. So yeah, I was practicing like video editing at night sometimes after hours so that I could get the bump up. And then they gave me that shot and they liked it. So yeah, I actually the boss that I was under, he was like not, I don't want to speak ill, but like he just wasn't really aware of like if we could edit or not. Like it wasn't really like, he just wanted us to kind of do what we were supposed to do, which was a lot of technical work. And it was a different guy from a different department that came over and was like, hey, would you be interested? Like, let me see some of your work. So yeah, I did that on my own time, gave it to him, and then he reached out to my boss and was like, hey, she can edit, can I take her? So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. And they but yeah, they started posting them and they were doing well, but it's been slow growth. Though it wasn't like, oh yeah, all of a sudden, you know, his channel's growing. Like it's been kind of like a 3-year process now that we're growing it, but yeah, it's getting there, definitely getting there. So.
And have you ever met Dana White, or that hasn't happened yet?
Yeah, I've met him. We've partied together at the holiday parties. He's so funny. He's a funny dude. Super nice. Yeah, I got some funny stories with him. Like, I remember one time he was telling me and my coworker, who were like a lot younger than some of our other coworkers, and he's like, you guys need to have babies like when you're younger, because when you're older it gets harder. And he's like, you guys, and he was just giving us like life lessons, and it was just hilarious and funny. But yeah, no, he's really cool. Really cool dude.
Yeah, chat with him about Tito Ortiz sometime. I'm sure you'll have fun there.
Yeah.
he hates Tito.
Oh my god, there's so many people on his like shit list. It's funny. He's a character. He's definitely a character. But it's nice because it's not like he's out of reach. Like he talks to us occasionally and comes down and, you know, says hey.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's been busier lately because of everything that's happened and him trying to secure Fight Island and all that. Yeah, it's been wild. So we haven't really seen him much lately, but yeah, for a good amount of years, like he was always, you know, you always just see him walking around and stuff. It's cool.
That's awesome because, you know, normally when it comes to like people of that status, you know, you might see him once or twice, and then they be
and
busy and stuff.
Don't remember you or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he always says hi. He's always cool. Yeah.
That was an amazing story. Thanks for sharing that. Because I always, you talked about your UFC video editing and NFL. I was curious to ask about that, and
Yeah.
I'm blown away by that story. How you started from the bottom and you worked hard and got to that top, and now you with NFL media and all NFL films. So that's awesome.
With NFL films, it's a little different because with UFC, I'm doing more of like the creative work with the editing and stuff, post-production. But with NFL, since I'm there, it's more like live production, and I'm just handling a lot of footage. So it's a lot of more technical stuff. But yeah, that just a different part of your brain, But I definitely enjoy editing a lot more than that. But it's still a cool gig. Still, I don't obviously with like the pandemic and the protocols right now, we're not allowed to like explore as much as we would like, but because it's a new stadium, so it's like tempting to go and check it out, but we can't, kind of limited. So yeah, it's been an interesting season for sure for that as well. Like they weren't even sure if it was going to happen for a while. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be doing this, but yeah, luckily they decided on some protocols and it worked out. So yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yep.
Any other guys got questions or want to ask a question?
Tell me about. I used to work for the Raiders for a long time until they left. I was part of the retail team there, but now that they're in Vegas, and I know you don't get to see the whole stadium, what you have seen, tell me they built the damn thing right. Tell me, for the people that work there, the infrastructure, the thing was built right, for production of television, for retail, for everything, that someone actually planned it. Because I've been working for the Raiders in the Coliseum, and that place is a shithole. It is just a dump. They've tried to renovate it numerous times, but it's still just it's one of the few places where men still pee in horse troughs.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, it's funky, right? I mean, they just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So tell me that at least the areas that you've seen, tell me they did it right, right?
They definitely did. They definitely
Okay. Man, it makes me feel better.
People can come and check it out, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's really nice. We haven't had any problems. I mean, we had a few issues during the first home game, just because all the new protocols. A lot of people are just trying to get used to how things were going to be run and everything with all that. But yeah, after that, it was just like super smooth sailing, and it was nice. Our work area is air conditioned and nice too, so that's good. I know there's some
nice.
They were telling me that there are other stadiums that they barely get a workspace, so it's like
Well, I mean, I've been to a lot of different stadiums. I'm a big sports fan, and I mean, the Giants had a very small footprint for that stadium. So even though it was state of the art and everybody loves the Giants place, in the bowels of it, to work it as an employee, it sucks. It's just not big enough. Everything is narrow and tight, and it's just because of the space that they had.
Yeah.
When I worked for the Texas Rangers, and they opened up a park that they'd closed already, the ballpark in Arlington back in 1994, it was huge. We have more space in Texas. There, it was so big that they literally had the players' parking lot underneath the stadium. All of operations was underneath the stadium. UPS trucks, 18-wheelers would drive underneath the stadium and drop your stuff off to your door.
Wow.
Where in the Oakland Coliseum, we used to have to, you guys freak out if you knew what we had to do to get merchandise in there. It was nuts. I mean, it was nuts.
Yeah, they have
carting stuff down hallways.
That was the definition of the black hole in Oakland. You go to the Coliseum, it's the black hole for a reason.
Yeah, they're calling this one the Death Star, which I think's funny.
The Death Star?
Yeah, it's all black and shiny, and
their big Remo dropped a Levi's Stadium reference, and by the way, I've been a season ticket holder for the 49ers since Levi Stadium opened. Okay, so I've been there,
That's cool.
and it is sterile. And now the first season that we were actually going to have some history in there because of last year going to the Super Bowl, we don't get to go in there. So you don't actually get to feel it. But in the first few seasons of that stadium, it was big, beautiful, and sterile and boring. And it had no, it was just bleh. So, hopefully, it starts to get some traditions, because Candlestick was a dump too, but man, it had so much tradition and everything. When you walked through the tunnel and saw the seating ring, you felt it. But at Levi's, you're like, it's just everything's so clean and sterile in there. Ugh.
I love Candlestick. Well, watching it here in Virginia, we got nothing. So, but watching Candlestick Park on TV, I used to love watching games.
Sucked. Freezing ass cold, windy. Oh, I used to sell sodas there as a kid. It was brutal.
That's where the championships came into play, man. That's what made that place so historic.
Yep.
The only championships at Candlestick were from the Niners, man. The Giants
that's it.
were just lovable losers. I mean, you got to think about when you're growing up. I was in my 40s before the Giants won a World Series. So to me, it might as well have been the Cubs, man. 108 years or 40 years, didn't matter. It didn't happen in my lifetime. Right? So when the Giants actually won one, that's how big a deal it was for me. And my father was like, I actually did it in my lifetime, because my dad was like, I didn't think I was ever going to see it happen. Sports are like that.
Yeah, I'm a UVA guy, so we got our only basketball championship back there. There's my pennant.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have it. Now, I remember I had just started a brand new job in 2010. Brand new job, and my boss kind of was like, he was from Europe, so he didn't really understand all the traditions of, like opening day of Major League Baseball and stuff like that. So when the Giants were in the playoffs and going to the World Series, I'm like, hey, I need some time off. I got to go to this game. He's like, why? He said, well, the Giants are in the World Series. He's like, so? I'm like, dude, they don't go to the World Series, and if they do, they're not going to win. So, I mean, this could be it. Well, they went to the World Series 3 times in the next 5 years. And on the 3rd time, when I asked for time off, he's like, dude, don't give me that shit. They don't go to the World Series. These guys are in the World Series every other year. They're in the World Series all the time. You've been to the World Series. You don't need to go again. So, yeah. But I bet you that's it. Honestly, you see how baseball is. They'll probably never win another World Series in my lifetime.
I'm a Mets fan, 1986. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
I was too young to really witness that championship, so I'm still waiting for the Mets' first championship.
Yeah.
We should have beat Kansas City a few years ago.
Don't start, though. Don't start.
Dude, my wife's like, well, this is our window, right? And I'm like, no. Why? Why isn't this our window for the Niners? I goes, because it coincides with a very special player in the NFL right now. And if you didn't see what he did, go watch the 4th quarter in the last drive of the Super Bowl last year. This kid's amazing. Look at the stats he's putting up. Mahomes, we're in the Mahomes era, everybody.
Yep.
In the next 10 years, it's going to be Mahomes or the kid in Seattle or maybe even that kid in Arizona. But it ain't going to be us, I don't think, So.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just happy I witnessed my Giants beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. That's enough satisfaction for me.
Yeah,
me and Big Remo, we're Lions fans, so we got nothing to look forward to.
Nice.
I don't even want to talk basketball because my Knicks have been terrible for 20 years. So
I want the NBA to come to Vegas.
Oh, nice.
I hope so.
They have most of their summer stuff there.
Yeah, they have the summer league here.
That's cool.
All right, we need to get Big Will back involved because he's turning around, looking at his books. He's like,
you guys are talking sports.
You didn't fill it in your empty spot yet, Will. Come on.
He's like, nobody's talked about Alabama football, so I have nothing to add.
Flush that flush. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's a big difference between college and professional. I don't know why, but there just is.
Huge difference.
Especially travel from one coast to the next. In California, college football is like, nah, whatever, sure, whatever. Yeah, we got Stanford, Cal, maybe USC, UCLA, but it's all maybe, not big deal. go back east, go to Baton Rouge, go check out LSU Tigers. There's almost as many people in the parking lot that don't get into the stadium than there are in the stadium.
Yeah.
And there's 80,000 in the stadium.
Yep.
I mean, it's just nuts how many people and how rabid the fans are. Michigan with 110,000 in the
The
stadium.
big house.
110,000 people watching a college football game live in the snow. Crazy people.
I can't do cold weather like that.
That's why I think Vegas is going to be huge
That's
for the
why we're in
NFL.
Florida.
Vegas is going to be huge for the NFL for that reason, because people are going to want to go see Green Bay in Vegas.
Exactly.
They're going to want to go see New England in Vegas. They're going to want to go see, all those places that they want to see their team. They don't want to go sit in the snow and go travel into the snow. They'll go see them in Vegas.
Yep.
Well, that's the beauty of the SEC. There's never that much snow.
That's true.
Big
I
Will,
always
is that
found it.
last week? That same bug from last week, is that him?
Yeah, I saw you swatting Big Will.
I killed one of them. I did. When I got up, I killed one of them. He was on the window. And then this one landed here. I don't know where he come from, but I don't see his dead body, so I must not have got him.
We're gonna need an AOK with fly swatter, man. That electric fly swatter.
That's the electric fly swatter.
Hey, I got two in there.
Yeah,
Hey,
you need a third one.
It's becoming a wrestling match between Big Will and that fly on the show.
2 weeks, same fly. Wait a minute.
Oh, he's got
Got him!
Oh.
You dead, fly. You ain't bothering me no more.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all just witnessed death on the show.
Death. We've just had a death on the show.
Or it's either Big Will's after a fly, or either Big Will's not asleep.
Tell me you guys are all watching The Mandalorian, because I'm about to do a Mandalorian live on Waynco at the bottom of the hour.
I have not watched the newest episode, but I'm up to the.
And man, it is just re-energized my love of Star Wars. And this channel, my channel, I've said it was so close to just being a Star Wars only kind of talk about what's going on in Star Wars world.
That's cool. I didn't.
And man, I'm so sucked into all of it. I'm going back and watching the cartoons again and just getting in deep on Star Wars right now. And now the story's been revealed. The story has been revealed. The true intentions have been revealed. So you got to watch it. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to spoil it. Plus, I'm going live at the bottom of the hour on Waynco, so come check that out, dude. JKL Awesome. That dude's like a Star Wars dictionary. He'd be breaking out all kind of crazy knowledge. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I gotta jump on the old series, the old Clone Wars cartoon.
Season 7. At least watch season 7, the final season of Clone Wars. Anybody who wants to get in now, you don't got to watch the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Watch season 7 of the Clone Wars, and it's available on Disney Plus. And then season 1 of Rebels, and you're golden. You watch those two, you're going to be golden coming into this.
Cool.
Yeah, cause I definitely I watched all the Clone Wars. Just when the quarantine hit, just gave me some time to watch all that.
Nice.
Big Remo, you're right, man. Oh my god.
Gina Carano.
Yeah, she was a bit extra buff in this
How is
past
she doing
episode.
on that show? Is she good?
I love Gina. Gina is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, or Sasha's
was
in it too, isn't it? Like
Sasha
Banks.
She was in the previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
Gina looked the extra buff in yesterday's episode.
When I saw her in Deadpool, I was like, she's bulked up. Now seeing in this, I'm like, yeah, go Gina.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm still gonna have to say Star Trek wins out, but I am loving Star Wars.
Oh, JB did a Nurkic truck.
Star Trek. I grew up on Star Trek. My dad was a big Trekkie, as he called it. So I watched all the movies and all that stuff.
Well,
But
there's a big difference. You know, you
huge
can't
difference,
really-
huge difference in
The
those
only way
two.
you can compare them is that they're in space.
Mhm.
That's the only
Yeah.
real comparison. I mean, you
But-
have one specific storyline about, you know, events in one, and then the other one's about humanity in general, exploring, you know, I mean, so they're two different things.
Mhm.
I'm gonna date myself, but when my father, I came home, oh man, I got a job for this company called Nextel. You guys remember Nextel?
Yeah.
They were
Nextel
the
wireless?
first ones.
The walkie.
They were the first ones that had the little phone with the little button. It went, and you got to like
walkie-talkies, yeah.
walkie-talkie
Yeah.
with somebody. It was some kind of goofy, and they had this flip phone thing, right?
Mhm.
And I brought this thing home on my first day at work because everybody got issued this thing, and I'm, hey Dad, working for Nextel, and I check out these things out there making it. And I flip it up, and he looked at me, and he goes, "That's Star Trek, man. That is,
Yeah.
give me that. That is straight Star Trek." And he was, this is the communicator. This is the communicator on Star Trek, kid. This is all coming to. I'm like, you done lost your mind, Dad. Give me that, Dad. It's a phone. What the hell's wrong with you? But he was right, man.
Yeah.
That thing
I thought
looked
the same
just
thing
like
about
the
the phone.
communicator out of Star Trek.
That's
Well, you know, when it flipped up like that, and you're, it was, oh man.
Gene Roddenberry.
Oh,
I remember using those things and waking up friends during the middle of the night. They'll hit it. They go, "Oh, what the?"
Mhm.
Did you guys like the newer Star Trek movies?
I like how geniusly they rebooted everything. How they could come up with a storyline that would say, by the way, everything that happened before this, nah, because this event right here, we'll just reset everything. You cool with that? Yeah. And everyone's like, yeah, I'm cool with that. So I really dug how the new cast of characters was reintroduced and basically answered questions of the past, but gave an opening to why everything can move forward with a different story. I thought it was genius.
One little scene in I think it's the first Star Trek when they rebooted, was something was blowing up and you see R2D2 go flying out the screen.
Yeah.
No, is there Easter egg in there?
Yeah,
That's in there. You didn't know that?
I didn't
I
know
saw
that.
that.
No.
I had to do a double take on that.
Yeah.
I love Easter eggs, man. The kids are looking for Easter eggs in Disney Pixar films, and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
There are little
Here-
Easter
here
eggs
is
everywhere
where-
in the Pixar films.
Here is where I'm at in my Star Trek journey. I've seen, I haven't watched it, you know, from episode 1 through, but over the years, I have seen all of the original series.
Mhm.
I just got through watching all of Next Generation, all of Deep Space Nine. A few weeks ago, finished Voyager. Already watched. There he is.
Oh, you're killing me.
I see a body. We got him. He is dead and gone. Okay, now, as I was saying,
Squirrel.
he's coming back. It's Deadpool. He's coming back.
if he rises from the ground, anyway, I've seen Voyager. So now I've been watching the movies. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think number 7 is Generations.
Yeah.
I just finished it, so now I got to watch the other 2, and then I've seen everything up till they started with the newer stuff, and I don't know if I'm going to watch that. Everything I hear on the internet's like Discovery's crap, Picard's crap, and the movies, the new movies with Chris Pine are a whole different universe, and you can watch them or you can not. Doesn't matter. So I don't know.
I haven't watched any of the newer stuff. Scarpad just crushed me before I could watch Picard, and I was like, nah, he just blew it for me. I can't watch it now. Because he just brutalized it. And his main point was, if you had an opportunity to come back as anything, why would you come back as an old man? You know what? Why would that be the version of yourself that you come back as? Is the old crippled old man? I would have come back in my mid-20s, strong with a lot of knowledge, right?
There was a lot of things I didn't like about Picard. I mean, they threw in some things that had me feeling nostalgic, like when I saw Riker and Deanna Troi come back. That was cool. But I, for the most part, agree with Scarpad on his assessment of it. There was too many things in there that they did that try and make it fit to this era, and the whole thing with what they doing with social today with femininity and all that stuff. It was some things I didn't like how they did it.
Well, I've only seen one episode to try it out of the Picard, and what struck me was that that's not how you talk in Star Trek.
Yeah,
You know,
I didn't like
language
the
that
F
they use,
words
it's like-
being used.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't watch it.
There's a
I'm
reason.
I didn't watch it, but I'm just hearing the same things with Scarpa. Was you know, it's when you change something up, when someone starts dropping F-bombs on a storyline that you have been watching for 30 years and never heard one before, you're like, what the hell was that? Did that just happen? You know?
I
mean,
didn't
it
like
was-
Picard getting dressed down by a commander. I'm like, this is Picard here, and y'all gonna do him like that?
And I mean, it was a big moment in Generations. Made me laugh. I literally just watched it last night. Data's got the emotion chip. They're about to crash into a planet, and he's like, "Oh shit!" That's the worst thing.
I'm gonna have to go, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta get ready for this next show, and the kids are over here going, I gotta be fit again. Yeah, again.
We'll see you
All right.
tomorrow.
See you later.
Yes, we're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna download that form because I'm telling you, I gotta make sure I get the right 2 spells in my pocket. All right,
Okay.
Have a good weekend.
I'm on it, man. I'm paying attention. Oh, by the way, don't forget, we had a good time. Peace.
Later, JB.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
how do you feel about the role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, JoJo? Because the 4 of us were on, and Tacoma's son is really into it, and he was on, and I mentioned, hey, I'd like to play, and Stay Puft's kind of like, nah. Jeff's kind of nah, but me, JB, and Simply Incredible down there.
I've never played before, that's why I ain't.
Yeah, but we were like, hey, we kind of want to try. So tomorrow we got a time set up, and we're all going to go over with his. It's going to be hilarious. Like a 10-year-old is going to be the dungeon master, the boss to all these grown men, and we're going to learn to play the game. So hey.
Yeah, I've never played any tabletops at all, so that's interesting. Yeah, I know. Doesn't Whitewell, doesn't he do one too?
Yeah, I play on his Sunday nights. He
Right.
does the Dungeons and Dragons game, and I'm playing on it with John's Comics with Kids,
How's that been?
Comics Misexplained, Daymers, and JP Budget Collector.
That's cool. How's it been?
It's pretty cool. It's because of me. We're doing the other thing as well. I want to play more. It's fun.
Gotcha.
I like it.
Yeah, I know. I have 0 experience with all that. But it seems fun. I don't know. Tomorrow I'm gonna be working, but otherwise I'd be like down to try it.
Only one I've seen was on the DC network when they had a DC rollout, and I thought that was really cool.
Oh, that is neat.
Like Xavier Woods from WWE, he was on there, and I was like, all right, I'll watch it because he's on.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
Xavier does a lot of that stuff anyway, so
Yeah,
it's like,
I love his up, down, down channel. I think it's great.
Yeah. So, by the way, I was supposed to find out. Incredible, you are down for the time.
What time is it?
For you, you're Eastern, right?
East Coast.
Oh yeah, it would be 12 noon lunch.
I'm going to try because I actually have family in town. Because
Well, can we move it like 12:30? Would that be better?
I don't know, because I've got family in town and we're doing our Thanksgiving thing tomorrow morning. I just found out about it last night. So
Don't you love how
that
families work?
sucks.
yeah, so I'm gonna try to be here by 12:30, and I was gonna message you guys later today to find out to see what's going on with my family stuff.
Okay. Well, I'll message him. We'll shoot for 12:30 then.
Okay.
And now I turn around for the sports talk. Now Stay Puft blacks his camera out for the DNC.
Probably on the phone or something, or probably went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
The dungeon master told him to blindfold himself. And he's back.
Yeah, I heard that.
It was JoJo.
Okay, yeah. So which of the tabletop games do you play mostly? Just D&D, or because there's several, right?
That's the only. I haven't been playing very long. That's the only one. I mean, I know of some others, but that's the main one. So I've been playing it, and it's super popular. And there are people that have been playing the same character for like 30 years
Oh,
in the game. So I don't think I have to worry about another one.
Yeah.
gotcha.
At least not for a while.
I tell you, those
World of Warcraft. One of my best friend, he loves it.
those tabletop games are really popular in comic shops because Coliseum
Mhm.
has tabletop games. You know, they got a section with tables and they do that.
Yep.
And then Sci-Fi City. Remember,
Yeah, I
Jeff? We
remember.
went last year.
Yeah.
We was probably the only ones there on Black
For
Friday
comics.
weekend going in the comics. Everybody else in there was playing tabletop games.
On the other side of the whole other side.
Yeah, and now there's a difference between tabletop and tabletop RPG or role playing game. Because HeroClix and Magic are tabletop games, but they're not RPGs like Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, those kind of things.
Well, they had a lot of that. They had a lot.
Yeah,
of
there's a D&D section and Magic section in almost every comic shop now.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones are the ones where they have a little like
Figurines.
HeroClix.
They like paint them and stuff.
Well, that's D&D, and then HeroClix also has the little figures, different ones, but D&D can be played with that.
Interesting.
I tried Heroes Click once with one of my friends, and I was like, this does nothing at all for me.
Yeah, I learned to play and played a couple times, and that was it. And me and a buddy of mine bought a whole brick, which is like a full set. One time. I was trying to make some money, selling that good one or whatever that you find in there. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again.
I saw a huge HeroClix the other day, like this big.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. And
There was a Batman one at Toys R Us before it closed. I thought about buying it just because it looked cool.
yeah,
I was like, I don't need it.
Now, there's also cool games like Magic the Gathering. That card game is awesome. I know how to play it. The problem is getting other people that know how to play. And
I've always wanted to learn how to play it. But
well, I could teach you if you wanted to learn how, but the problem with that one is it's a collectible trading card game, unlike something like D&D. So you're going to spend, you can spend $20 minimum and you're good for D&D. You want to spend a little more money, make it a little more fun, But for the most part, that's it. Magic, you're going to be spending so
just
much
like comic
money,
books.
like hundreds of dollars.
Just like comic books.
If you're not careful.
Yeah.
I mean, it can get very expensive. So I had to stop, and no one really wanted to play with me either. That one you can't really do online.
One of my best friends was a comic book collector, and then he started Magic. He's not a comic book collector no more.
About an hour from here, there's a place that has Magic, and it claims to be the largest Magic playing place in America. It's a huge building. They've got tons of people there every week.
Seattle, Washington claims to be the birthplace of it. So
yeah, that's where
my shop.
I can't think of the name of the store.
Well, my local shop, half his space is filled for comics, statues, back issues, new books, stuff. Then the other half is just set up so on Friday night they can play their Magic games and have like a little tournament. And he's basically a Magic dealer now. The only comics he really does is New Comic Book Day. That's pretty much it. Everything else that's collectible, it's like Magic aside from a few dozen boxes of dollar bins and recent stuff that no one picked up.
Yeah, our local guy, he used to, well, he's not there anymore, but he used to have like the glass cases. He'd have cards set out on them anywhere from like nickel cards up to, tons of money in some of the older Magic cards. It's like, golly. And like every so often a new deck comes out. Man.
Especially Black Lotus. Yeah, especially Black Lotus cards are expensive as hell.
These comic shops that hold these tournaments as well, like, do they charge to play there, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's like, well, you don't have to charge. Some of them don't. No. But my shop, if you want to just play, you can just play. But if you want to enter in the Friday Night Magic tournament, it's like $10 or $15, and then to enter in and play, and then the winner gets a prize, and it's usually like $100-something in store credit or whatever.
And then some of them are Magic. Like Magic actually sponsor them, and then they're little tournaments, and then they'll go on to other tournaments and stuff like that.
Now you can download Magic online from your computer. Like I have it downloaded. I actually for free, and you can play ranked for free, but you can't unlock. You can't get cool stuff unless you spend that money.
Same thing like buying the Magic cards. Exactly the same thing.
And that's where they get.
Yeah.
That's why I will stick with my one vice being comics, and that's it. As far as games, I'll stick with D&D or a standard deck of 52 cards.
Yep.
Did you guys ever get into Pokemon?
Yep.
Okay.
I
still play Pokemon Go. I'll admit it. I do.
I never played the video games, but I remember in junior highs when they were really big around here.
Yeah, same.
Every kid had a folder binder full of Pokemon cards, but I thought I was going to be something special. So I didn't have Pokemon. I had Digimon.
Ooh.
That's what I had. But everyone kept making fun of me.
You can get it. You can't pick it up. But there we go.
There we go.
Oh, Pokemon Go. Yeah. But anyway, and everybody made fun of me talking about how they weren't real cards because they didn't look
good.
And I thought
I got you beat, Big Will. I got you beat.
Uh-oh.
I got you beat on that one. I thought it was cool. Went back to China and bought you know how they fake cards and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So I bought about I'll say a box or so, and then came back and tried to pawn them off as the new stuff from over there. Let's just say it kind of worked.
It kind of worked. Well, hey, Digimon were worthless then. They're worthless now. But those Pokemon cards, if you had them in junior high and you still have that binder, you can have some money in that thing now.
I wish I did. I already looked, and I don't have anything valuable.
We had a shop back then, and we sold. Gosh, we got them from. This is the late '90s. We bought a bunch of stuff from Japan, and we sold those things like $20 a pack. We could not keep those things in.
Dang.
Yep.
I mean, and remember that was in the '90s. $20 was a whole lot more.
Yeah. Well, I remember baseball crashed about the same time comics did, maybe a little bit before, a little after, and I was too young. Good, there's another one.
Revenge of the Flag.
Anyway, so they never came back. And it was like 2007, 2008. I had binders that my parents had put together and some that I collected of baseball cards, and I just basically gave them away at the church, yard sale.
Yeah.
And let them have the money. And thankfully, baseball cards still haven't really come back.
No, you're wrong. They are back now with a vengeance. They are huge now.
And they're trying to grade these cards too.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, they're cards I've been trying to get. Like, there's a Cal Ripken card I want. In March, it was going for about 150. Now it's going for nearly right around 400.
If I was you, I would ask Go.
Stream like they once were, though.
Oh, dude, they are insane.
They may be soon. I mean, I'm not saying they won't be, but you don't hear about baseball cards on the news like you did before.
I mean, we had the baseball card shop. Then we kind of put in a little bit of comic book stuff. But the baseball card now, it's exploding again. It's kind of gone up with comics the last about 2.5, 3 years.
Well, yeah, that and then what was it? Pokemon cards are going back up. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, anything cards, anything comics is.
It's funny because I started collecting trading cards before comics, so it's crazy that it's back. No.
I was baseball cards and then the Digimon before comics. But comics, I think, is the best out of all of them because there's a story, there's art, there's also the collectability, there's rarity and things like that. And they have, they go way back. Baseball cards are the other exception. If you go like to the 70s and backwards, they're about the same. But all the football cards, basketball, everything else, I think it's hot now, but I don't know if it will be later. even the Pokemon, but Magic, that's a game, and if you have the right cards, you can dominate better in the game. So that one's also different, much like comics are. I think it'll stay pretty good.
Well, and
Yeah.
then Perillo did some Magic cards. If you guys didn't know that either, so Perillo did some Magic cards
Like-
early.
Yeah.
In their career.
Trading cards for me is more nostalgic because that was a huge part of me growing up. You know, I had the comic cards, you know, with the Marvel premieres and stuff. Then you had baseball, basketball, football. I remember when my dad ordered me the whole football set of the 1991 season. That was when the Giants won the Super Bowl. So I had that whole complete set of that Super Bowl. And, you know, I remember in the late 90s when Pokemon came out, I'll be honest, I did not get into that. I saw Pokemon and I'm like, what is this shit? And then I turned to Sam.
Yep.
I was the Yu-Gi-Oh guy too. I wasn't a Pokemon guy more. I was the Yu-Gi-Oh guy more.
The thing was that I felt like Pokemon created a craze that everybody copied it with Digimon and Monster Rancher and all that stuff. Like, what is this shit? In my mind, I'm like, what is this shit, man? And my brother,
Yu-Gi-Oh is a different game that you can learn to play too with cards, and I learned how to play because the show was kind of cool when I was, you know, back in the day. But then I went to Books A Million. They were having a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, and I was like 13 at the time. I walk in, I'm the oldest person there by like 6 years. I turned around, said, "Dad, we're leaving," and I never did anything with Yu-Gi-Oh again.
No, the only reason I played Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, or what was it, or Pokemon was to stay out of trouble, because because it was either when I moved to, actually I lived down here in Florida all my life, but senior year we ended up moving to LA because they said better schools out there. That was wrong, because I ended up almost getting involved with the bad crowd. Let's just say, it was pretty easy to go that way instead of the other way. Mm-hmm. And then I met a couple of guys that played Magic and stuff like that, and then started talking, and then got into that stuff, and that's how my nerdoms pretty much started.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
See, like me with comics and baseball cards, I have so many stories of when I bought a pack of cards. I got a Dwight Gooden rookie card. I got like an old Batman comic. It's like a story of when I bought them. Mm-hmm. It's to me, there's so many stories that, like with comics, there's a story of getting it, then there's a story of reading it. Baseball cards, just that story of when I purchased them and sharing it with my friends. Like, oh, look what I got, man!
Yeah, that was the fun thing. I used to take my cards to school, and sometimes that could be bad because you get some knucklehead trying to steal your shit.
Oh, yeah. I had that happen. I had that happen.
You know, you got a special card, and then when you're not around, they go and try and steal that card. And I've had that happen to me. And one time I got into a fight with somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, if you go and everyone's crazy about Pokemon, you just bring your Digimon, and they'll treat you like a greased up deaf guy, not even want to touch you.
But I was about to say, I remember my brother had a folder of Pokemon cards. I can't remember what happened to them. You know, to be honest, you know, I think he either gave them away, and I remember him saying that he regretted it or something like that because Pokemon cards was huge at that time, and then just kept growing. But yeah, I just never got into Pokemon. Like by that point, I was like, Saturday mornings was starting to weaken for me, and I was in my teenage years. I found other things to.
That makes sense.
Deal with. So
I started watching the show first, and then I realized that there was a Game Boy game, and then I got hooked on that really hard.
Yeah, the red or blue or whatever it was. So
that was my favorite. And then the cards I collected, but not as much. Like I had a couple packs, but yeah, I definitely like the Game Boy for sure.
I was like Big Will. I wanted to flip it to make money. More than anything.
Yeah,
really.
A couple of cool ones, but yeah, nothing. I didn't have a Charizard or a Bulbasaur or anything like that.
But at least you knew how to play the game, though. I got the Digimon, and I was just collecting cards. I didn't even know how to play the game.
I didn't know how to play it either.
Oh, you didn't know either?
I didn't. I kind of did, but not really.
Yeah.
You're doing it for profit. You don't have to know. You just have to know what's worth what.
I just had a couple packs, but I didn't know how to play at all. Like, and no one really knew around me how to play either. So I just had them to collect.
The worst part is to have a mom that ran a swap meet thing and sold everything and anything. And mom would always order a big pack of stuff from China, and then we'll get a big order. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. She hands me a thing of, what was it, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then hands me a thing of Pokemon cards. I'm thinking it's the real thing. So hands me a box. Look in the box. I'm like, oh, okay. Look at it. You can tell because the color of, if you look at an original card and their cards, the color is all faded. So you're like, you know this one's a fake one, right? I go,
That's too funny.
Yeah. I ended up with a couple fakes too.
I remember when Tacoma AOK'd me some books, and then he sent me these packs of Yo MTV cards.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I remember when those come out. Hammer and Vanilla Ice were the two big ones back then.
Oh Lord.
Third base. Pop goes a weasel goes pop.
There's another one. It's Kumo D.
Cool Mo D.
told you we end up all over the place on Puff Show.
Oh yeah. Ain't no 3 times dope.
I don't
But
remember.
here's the classic right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Heavy D. I love me some Heavy D and the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like just seeing these, I forgot they existed because I remember Yo MTV raps, the cards, but I don't remember having them.
Yeah.
Kind of speaking of that, I think tonight the Fresh Prince of Bel Air thing is coming on.
Oh,
Yeah, the reunion.
That reunion show.
That's
They've
cool.
been
I don't
showing
have
clips.
it. I can't watch it.
Same.
I've seen some clips on Instagram.
I'm curious if you do get the $12.99 a month. You know how Hulu you can share the Hulu with other people. I'm wondering if you can share that too. You know what I mean? You know how you can share? Yeah.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because now they announced that Wonder Woman 84 is going to be on HBO Max in theaters.
Right.
Yep.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Now here's the question though.
Oh, is it gonna be
Disney Plus put movies on it. They put it on. It's like, hey, you have this app that you pay for, but to watch this specific movie, you got to pay
$22.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, why $30 anyway? What's the average nationwide ticket price? Like $15?
20
Just charge
bucks.
$15.
Well, yeah. Well, that's
You can watch it with 3 people, so you're saving money.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I want to spend $30 on it, I'm just going to go. I'm going to have some popcorn. I'm going to watch it on that big theater screen.
That's why you wear a big coat and keep bags.
Yep.
Man,
You keep a whole
$30
pizza
for a
in there,
movie
you know, and
means
then
I
you
get
just
a
pull out
big
the.
screen. Not the one at the house.
I had it. What was it? I had. Well, I forgot already. I don't remember.
Funny thing is with Wonder Woman being on HBO Max and theaters now, what is Disney going to do with Black Widow? Because that, they want to make the most money, but at the same time they see this, they going to be like, oh, we going to do the same.
I think that movie's about shot because it's been hyped up, trailers released, and it's still in now. So they might as well just release it on Disney Plus and hopefully get some people.
Yeah, release it on Disney Plus. Another $30 on there. Well, you're already playing $12.99 a month, and then it's another $30 on top of that, just to get the movie, just to watch it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting until I think was it next month when I can watch Mulan for free on there.
Oh yeah.
Big Vimo just brought it up.
Yeah, I know that's how they did for Mulan, but it's still it's way too much money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
just
like,
going to
wait.
Yeah, same. Totally just.
JoJo, are you more? If you have a choice of watching the same movie, do you want to watch it in theater or at home?
I mean, I always. Oh, something you've seen already?
No, I mean just like whatever movie. Just
I'd rather watch it in the theater.
no, you're wrong, but that's okay.
What?
I'm the only one that just.
That's why she. That's why she's
Oh,
JoJo Flicks and Movies.
Let me
You
ask the
understand
same
that?
question to JoJo, but let me twist a little bit.
Oh, and the curveball.
If JoJo, if you had a TV and stereo system as good and big as the movie theater, would you rather go to the theater or watch it at home?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Yeah, see?
It's a tough question because if I had all that and like even the recliner seat and like good snacks, ooh, that's hard. I do like the idea of watching a movie with others, though.
I'm the
A
opposite.
community. But I will say, going back, I have had some pretty awful experiences the last few times that I did go to the theater, sitting next to people that just have no regard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
lately, I would probably choose staying home if you had.
That's what I'm saying.
You got this glare from other people, and they're talking the whole time.
Hey, if Disney wants me to pay $30 to watch it on a service that I already pay for, you send me a TV big enough as a movie theater screen and a sound match, I will pay.
Yeah.
But not until then.
I hear
But
you.
they can kind of afford it. I mean, they're buying everybody else up, so.
No. They're gonna own
I like
everything.
my recliner. I got my surround sound. I got a good sized TV. I've got a pause button if I want to go get snacks.
Yeah.
You
That's the
don't
only
get that-
yeah, that's the only issue with a movie if you're going in the theaters. You can't pause the damn thing. You go, oh.
I gotta go visit the facilities.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's the
pause.
worst part of jumping over, trying to jump over people, rushing to go to the bathroom and then rushing back, make sure you don't miss nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you pee before.
I do, but then you get a big soda, and then that's not.
I usually don't eat or drink during the movie. We watch it and then we go out to eat.
Exactly. That's what I do. Because right next to my movie theater, across the street is a Jamaican restaurant. You know, after I see the movie, I'm hitting that spot up.
Getting that jerk chicken.
Get jerk chicken or oxtail.
Oxtail, yeah. Oxtail's mine.
I mean, just because you have the ability to have an empty bottle just scooch between your legs that you can pee in and still be in your seat doesn't mean that you should.
Dude, you're like, what was it, Wallowitz? He's got the catheter wrapped around his leg.
Don't even get me started on the catheter. Remember? No, we got grandma in the hospital, and that wasn't a good idea.
Oh.
So I would like to welcome JoJo to Chatting with a Comic Book Community.
Yeah.
We go off the rails.
Yeah. I'm surprised Robert didn't say squirrel or nothing in the damn chat.
Honestly, I like this style of show more than like having a rundown of things that you need to address and news and all that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't keep up with a lot of stuff. Like, I don't keep up with new comics. I don't keep up with a lot of news when it comes to popular movies or comics. And I know it sounds bad, but it's like I like digging in the old stuff. You know, I like the.
I'm starting to do that too.
Yeah. So a lot of these shows, like as good as they are, I just don't really watch that much because I'm just stuck in the past. You know.
Well, if you wanna talk about something that's in the old stuff, here's something I don't see anyone buying that much of that I think
Here's
they
a
should.
slab for sale, ladies and gentlemen.
Say what?
So here comes a slab for sale, ladies and gentlemen.
No, these aren't slabs. Warlock.
Yep.
You know, no one's really buying up much Warlock now, but we literally have seen his cocoon in Guardians. We know he's coming. Now's the time to buy it before it all goes up. You know, this is the first appearance of the In-Betweener, origin of Thanos and Gamora. He's versed the Magus, and this one he dies. The next issue, this is 10, this is 11, and these are both Starlin. I mean,
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about that. And I like these types of shows where you just chat about whatever the heck you want, you know?
It's a reflection of my Instagram where I just post random stuff. Like comic books is there, but I post movies, I post music, and sometimes I throw a little sports in there and stuff. So I basically just want to chat with everybody, and this is how I feel we get to know each other. You know, just by chatting about things that we love. You know, whether it's comics, movies, cartoons. We had a whole show dedicated to Saturday morning cartoons, and that was super fun.
That's so awesome. And yeah, it's kind of like counter programming too, because everyone else is talking about all the new stuff, you know? So it's like, let's just chill.
Man, I miss the Saturday morning cartoons, or better yet, I miss the coming home after school and afternoon cartoons. I mean, it was back. I don't know about you guys, but it was back to back for me. You had He-Man, and then Thundercats. And then mixed in with that, we had some Thundar the Barbarian, and then it would be going to Dragon Ball Z, and then all that big lineup of cartoons in the afternoon.
Yep. And then remember when Fox Kids was killing it with Batman the animated series and Animaniacs, which I really want to check out the new Animaniacs.
Nice.
Anytime I hear Thundercats, Thundercats.
Yeah, but hey, I miss Steven Spielberg was the producer behind all that Animaniacs and a lot of the stuff on the
Tiny
Fox.
Toons.
I think they were more adult oriented because of who was producing them. We need people like that, not people that think Teletubbies is the level that things need to be at. Because those were some good cartoons, man. I still laugh when I watch Animaniacs, when I watch Freakazoid. You remember Freakazoid?
Yes. Yes, that was so much fun, man. It's a shame it only lasted one season.
Yeah, and you can't hardly find anything about it. I mean, I had to get bootlegs to watch it, for DVD, and they're gone now. I don't know what I've done with them, so gotta go with YouTube.
Yeah, those were the days. And when I mentioned earlier about the Saturday morning started to wane when in my later teens, it really wasn't the same from the 2000s going forward. Like you could just see it just diminishing each and every year. And that's why I say kids just don't know how Saturday mornings was important to us.
Yeah.
Oh, we get
the kids
like
now
6 in the morning, got cereal, and
just like
the biggest things in the early 2000s that I remember. Of course, I was leaving childhood, during that time. So there was Batman Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There was the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited with that's pretty much it.
Well, I got really into
Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. I got really into street racing after too.
I remember when the Turtles came back with the 2003 series, and that was a serious series. I loved that version of Turtles to the point. Yeah, I used to love watching the Turtles back in the 90s and stuff like that. But when after I watched that series, and then I brought the DVDs to the old Turtles, I was like, I can't watch this though. It's fun, but at the same time, that 2003 series blows it out of the way.
Yeah.
Man, I miss the cartoons late 80s, early 90s that Disney put out. They have never had a flame that burned as hot since.
Yeah. Chip and Dale,
DuckTales are great.
Yeah,
Tailspin.
We could all do a 5-part harmony of the DuckTales theme song right now and not miss a beat. I mean, that's how good it was.
Oh yeah.
Did anybody watch in the mid '80s? Because you guys are probably way younger than that. But there was the Laugh Olympics.
Oh, with all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons coming together for that Olympics now?
I love that.
I wasn't actually alive then, so I don't remember watching them when they first came out. But yes, there were reruns on Cartoon Network and
children.
Back in the day, so I've seen Laugh Olympics. Those were amazing.
Loved it. I became a huge fan of Snaggletooth just because of that show. Snagglepuss. Snagglepuss. Let's get it right. Snagglepuss.
And that's another thing about today is that, back in the day, when you missed something, you missed it. Like there was no
Yeah.
YouTube or something like that to catch the rewind. Like you miss it, you miss it.
Or
You have to
Hulu
wait
or
for the rewind.
Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
You
kind
have to
of
record. You have to record it if anything.
that's how I feel about comics too. Like it's so nice being able to pick up like all the old back issues now and just read them straight through, because back in the day it was like with my allowance or whatever, I would just grab one or two and they were just random parts of the story.
Or now that
fill in
you're
the gaps.
older,
Yeah.
you can buy trades and stuff too.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So it's been nice kind of just going back and just rereading stuff and finally figuring things out for the first time. Like, oh, that's what happened here. Okay.
My first ever comic was what was it? Was a 4-part miniseries, and I bought issue 4.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I went to look back. I was curious. I'm like, oh, like JoJo did. I went to look back. I'm like, oh, I remember this. And I'm like, oh, it should be issue 1. I went to look down the list. I'm like, oh, wait, it's issue 4. Oh, that would explain why this stuff was so damn confusing.
Exactly.
Well, man, everything changed when I got my license and a car, and where I could buy stuff and not miss anything. Because before then, I lived on a farm here, and over here was the city. On occasion, we would get to go to the city, and on some of those occasions, we'd get to go to Kroger. And it was in Kroger where I was able to pull, whatever off, and it would be a random issue. I had no idea what it went to or anything.
Yeah.
What's going on, Remo?
Yeah, Remo.
Thought I'd jump in for a few minutes before my wife gets home from work.
That's
What's
cool
going on, everybody?
How's it going, man?
Hold on one second.
Now, speaking of things that you've been going back on, I pulled out my old NES. I've been going back playing old Nintendo games for the last few weeks.
Awesome.
I'm going to start streaming some of those. I'm having a blast.
Those things have increased in value too, the old video games.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
having too much fun, and I was getting tired of typing. So. I'm like,
those are old.
That's such a cool story, and I'm like, this is the second time I've seen her. I'm like, where's her channel been all this time? I need to jump on that one.
Hey, link is in the description.
I used to go by Pop.Comics back in the day, and I switched it kind of like Jeff just switched his.
Oh, I got you. Right. Yeah, I'm still getting familiar with all the channels. So
pretty new. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I fell off for like 20 plus years, and I'm just getting back in it within the last year. So
awesome.
Still trying to catch back up. So
well, welcome.
Yeah. So. You guys started talking. D was talking about Laugh Olympics. I'm like, hold on, I can talk about that.
Yeah, Jetsons, Flintstones, Laugh Olympics, those things. I remember when they had the Jetsons Flintstones crossover.
Yeah, that was huge, bro.
Man, that blew your mind. They were on the same world, but the Flintstones were down and the Jetsons were up in the sky.
What was the Hanna-Barbera one where there was like a race? They were always racing, and it was
Wacky Races.
It was the Count Dracula and the plane or whatever. What was it called?
I know Wacky Races.
The little dog that laughed.
Yeah, Wacky Races.
Yeah.
Which one was that? I can't remember the name of it.
That's Wacky Races. But they were first on The Perils of Penelope Pit Stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That show, they were a sub show inside of it called the something Flyers or so, where they always sung the Catch the Pigeon. Catch the
Pigeon. Exactly.
That's something that I feel is lacking recently too with cartoons is like good intro songs,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So many memorable songs back in
don't forget that the kids' attention spans are a little shorter now.
That's true.
Hey, but I think ours are even shorter, but they didn't give us a choice, so you had to make it longer because you, like you said, it was only going to be that week. It wasn't like you're going to be able to see that episode again, so you better pay attention. You know what I mean? Or else you have to see it again.
I wish they
were
were
a whole season to go through and then watch it all over again before it came back next year and see it for a repeat. You know.
Yeah.
They also had great voice actors too, man. I mean, you think of like Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, voice actor. And then they had other actors too. Like you even go back to Penelope Pitstop. The villain in that was voiced by Paul Lynde.
Yeah,
And it was amazing.
Wow.
exactly, right?
Remember Mel Blanc? He did everything forever.
Yeah.
Dude, he did like
Yep.
he must have had. Dude, he had over 100 voices
Mm-hmm.
at least. Every show, everything on Warner Brothers was him.
Yep.
Everything.
That's the thing that's
It'd be
lost
like 10
today. It's
different
like
characters in one
you-
episode, and he was
yeah,
all the voices.
one episode he played 10 characters.
You muted.
You know,
Puff.
That's nuts.
I can't
I am?
hear Puff. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're really low.
Yeah.
I can't hear Puff.
Yeah, you might have to sign out because I'm not muted.
Can you guys hear Puff?
Yeah.
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 And I'm gonna back out and come back in.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing about those old cartoons is, you know, they had such great voices. Like you said, Will, you had Frank Welker, you know, the voice of Megatron, you know, and Fred from Scooby-Doo, you know, Mel Blanc. You had Jim Cummins. There was so many great voice actors. The guy who did Skeletor.
Oh,
Amazing.
oh,
Yeah.
good story about. I have a good funny story about that one. I got Steve a print from SuperCon, and we met him we met the guy at TampaCon. I tell him to take it out of the sleeve so he can have him sign it, right? Instead of Steve taking it out of the sleeve, he leaves it in the sleeve and tells him to sign the sleeve.
I guess he didn't want to take it out the sleeve.
He didn't want to take it out of the sleeve, but it was really funny. And then I got the same print for Boat. We got Boat goes, oh, I'm jealous. So I went to Buzz. You know who it is? It's Buzz that did the picture. So I went to Buzz. Buzz goes, oh, you're back. I go, yeah, man. I'm picking up the Skeletor and da-da-da-da-da. And then picked it up. He goes to get it signed. Him and the kids, or him and little Boat are talking to him. Get him to sign it. And yeah, it was funny because and then that's the same time when one of the friends wanted a Barney signature, so I walked up to the Barney table and had the guy sign.
Hey, when I was at MegaCon a few years back, I went on a Sunday specifically to meet Kevin Conroy. So I got in early, and I was the first one in line, right there at the front, before he even got there. So when he got there, I was able to meet him, and this was before the Killing Joke animated movie came out. So we got to chat a little bit about that, and I got one of the worst selfie photos with him.
Same.
And it was horrible, it was blurry and stuff. But
mine's pretty bad too. I just like
I went to meet Tara Strong, and I missed her. She had like a line going out the door. I just wanted to meet the voice of Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah.
That's
And
cool.
She does it every. If you ask her, she'll do it.
Remo, can you hear me? I guess not.
Remo,
Can you hear me?
I think it's that corner, man. Because Steve, everybody gets that corner.
Yeah, I feel like
they can't
Stone
hear.
Cold Steve right now, man.
There you are.
Damn, man.
I feel
I'm
like Stone Cold Steve on Monday, man. Get into the show. Yeah, it's like
I think it's just that corner, man. Because every time somebody's
But-
in that corner.
But Remo, you've heard me before.
All right,
Well,
well,
he
I
can't hear
just
me.
wanted to say hi to everybody, and I'll talk to you guys next time. All right, Puff, I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Remo, wait.
Yeah.
I looked it up for you. The name of that was Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machine, and they were trying to catch the Yankee Doodle pigeon.
And there was a little pigeon with the hat, with the helmet
Yep.
on, and it was like everybody was trying to chase it, and he had that real raspy voice laugh, and it was so funny. I used to love that. Exactly.
yeah,
All right, you guys, take it easy. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man.
Nice
Take care,
meeting you,
Remo.
JoJo.
See ya.
Yeah, that was. Damn, he couldn't hear me, man. That sucked.
Yeah.
He was pretty low too. His
Yeah,
volume.
he's. I think it's because he's on his phone and he can't.
yeah. When he's on that other one, he's always real low too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just because he's on a phone and he can't control volume like we can.
Mm-hmm.
I read all this stuff this week. I actually read the whole pile.
Bags and boards, are there books in it too?
Books too.
But man, any of y'all like Johnny Quest?
Mhm.
Love
Yeah.
Johnny Quest,
Never
Haji.
saw it.
I love
Johnny
Johnny
Quest.
Quest. I even love when the 80s came around and they made the new show. I didn't really like the new show
Yep.
as much, although it was good, but I love the movies that they did.
Yes. Yes, those movies were underrated.
Yeah,
I really
they
liked
were,
it, though.
man.
They used to play them like in marathons on USA Network in the 90s, and I watched them all the time.
Well, I watched it on Cartoon Network whenever they had him on Cartoon Network.
Did you guys watch Harvey Birdman, Attorney at
Oh,
Law?
yeah.
Did you see the one where they were Johnny Quest and his dad and his friend were trying to decide who will get custody of the kids?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Man, I like those old cartoons, like the original Birdman cartoon.
Birdman!
Birdman! And the Galaxy Trio. That was a good one.
And then Space Ghost Talk Show.
Yeah, and their Space Ghost was on with the Herculoids and Dino Boy.
Dundar the Barbarian, all that stuff, man. I grew up on all those.
Puff, I am so excited. I found in the D&D game we're playing this magic longsword hilt. Just the hilt, no blade. If it does any Thundar crap, I'm naming people Oogla and Princess Ariel.
Awesome, man. Space Ghost, man. Oh man, there's so many cartoons that we ain't even bring up. Like,
come on, Fat Albert, come on.
Oh man,
yeah. Love Fat Albert.
The funny part is almost every single thing we're mentioning debuted more than 20 years ago.
Yep.
Well, 20 years ago would have been 2000.
Yeah. I mean, even in 1998, 1999, even the cartoons made for adults back then, they haven't really topped. Like South Park, Family Guy, American Dad.
Man, I'm like, the Simpsons outlasted a lot of people, man. People were born and died, and the Simpsons are still alive.
Yeah, and the South Park's still going on, so's Family Guy, and some of the Nickelodeon stuff from the late 90s, like The Fairly Odd Parents, and SpongeBob.
I love the Nickelodeon Doug show.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Like when it went to Disney, it was okay, but the Nickelodeon one was just fantastic. That theme song just sticks in your head. There you go.
Peter.
In the mid-90s.
Petty Mayonnaise.
In the mid-90s, they were all coming out with great cartoons. Like, do you remember the block in Cartoon Network that was Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo,
Cartoon
Chicken,
Ed and Eddie.
Yeah, Ed and
I was
Eddie.
about to mention. I was going to wait, but I was about to mention Ed and Eddie.
Yeah, Ed and Eddie. Yeah.
I always thought that show was hilarious, and I shouldn't have. I felt bad about liking it so much.
Yeah.
I like the Tick too.
Oh, the Tick!
Yeah.
The Tick is awesome. I've got some Tick comic books over here.
Did you guys ever watch the show? Didn't they bring it to one of the streaming services?
I think it was a couple years ago.
That's a newer one, because they had an older one with.
They have two versions of it. There's like you were saying, there was an older one
and then the new one. The
good
one was the one with Patrick Warburton.
Yeah,
they had the new one on Amazon Prime, and it did not look good to me.
It's alright.
Both of them.
I like the older, like you said, I like the older one better than the newer one. The newer one seems a little something off.
Yeah.
I've only ever
but
seen
the cartoon takes the cake.
Sure those were good.
Yeah, the cartoon was the best.
Yeah.
They was like, give me a C, and they carved a C in the moon, and they didn't spell out his full name. And then in the subsequent episodes, the moon still had Cha written on it.
Now see, that was attention to detail and continuity. They made sure they kept that going.
That's awesome.
And remember Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was an instigator.
Instigator all the way.
Remember that they had that on Seinfeld? He's an instigator.
Have you guys seen that live action Woody Woodpecker?
Gosh, I did. No. I tried to watch it. It was not good for me.
Live action and Woody Woodpecker do not go together.
No, not at all.
Can anybody do the laugh?
Kind of. He kind of did it.
JoJo
It
wins.
wasn't. Yeah.
No, I'm asking if you could do it.
Oh no, I don't think I can.
And of course, like when I was a kid, my 3 favorites was, of course, I'm a Ghostbuster fan, so I loved the real Ghostbusters, especially as an adult. The earlier seasons where it was more dark and serious with the comedy involved was superior to what they made it later with the crappy seasons, and they put Slimer in the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
But it was that, Alvin and the Chipmunks, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was like my 3 faves.
Yep, Turtles and Ghostbusters. I remember having the pack, and I always wanted the trap. And my mom never got me the trap, but got me the. My aunt got me the
proton pack.
Yeah, got me the proton pack, but didn't get me the trap. But the thing I really wanted was a trap. No, I wanted both, but I wanted the trap after.
Like, Mom, you can't catch the ghost without the trap too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I remember the Turtles, but I never got to watch really the Ghostbusters. I don't remember that. But the Chipmunks, and how they would create songs and stuff for the Chipmunks and the Chipettes and those movies from the 80s, those were awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch the Back to the Future cartoon?
Yeah, I remember that.
I did not.
That was on the same time. There was that and Bill and Ted's cartoon. I remember that.
I never watched any of that. That's y'all must be talking about that window where I know nothing.
Yeah, it was that was around like 91, 92.
Those shows didn't last as long though, right?
I do not remember that.
I remember when they had
2 seasons or 3, something like that. It was 2 to 3 seasons.
I remember when they had The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber cartoons.
Yeah.
I love The Mask.
Yeah, The Mask was the best out of the 3.
Wow.
Yeah, that only lasted 1 season.
Yeah, the other 2 I remember, but that one, the Dumb and Dumber, I don't remember.
I remember when Ace Ventura crossed over with The Mask.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't remember watching those, but I do know that the voice of the Mask is Rob Paulson, who was also Yakko from the Animaniacs, and also Pinky from Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain was a trip. I love
that.
What are we doing tonight? Taking over the world.
You know what the funny thing is? After I met Kevin Conroy, right next to him was Maurice LaMarche, who voiced the Brain and Egon from Ghostbusters. So I was able to meet him. I got him to sign the Egon print and stuff, and he did his Egon voice, and that was pretty fun. And then after I met him, I met David Hayter, who, if you know, is the voice of Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid series, and also was in the second Guyver movie. So I was able to meet him, and he got do his Snake voice. And I love when I can go to these cons and meet the voice actors that you heard for so long.
Definitely.
And I remember I wanted to meet the guy who played Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z and Goku. Their lines were so long. I'm talking about every time I walked by.
Wow.
Their lines were packed.
They were at Huntsville last year.
It was just like the Michael Rooker line with Steve. You remember?
Yeah, we kept going over there, and that line was super long.
Yeah.
That line kept growing. Steve goes, I gotta get here eventually.
Yep.
He finally gets in there, and then we don't even know because we end up looking for. I think me, you, and Jim was looking for Javi at that time, and then him and Hialeah end up sneaking off to go get it signed.
And it was great too that they got that book signed.
Yep, it made me laugh because right where Rooker signed right on top of Jim's signature.
Yeah, man. The convention we had this year in Huntsville because of Corona, they moved it, and we were still able to have it safely, with precautions put in place. But it was very neutered compared to the one that we were going to have. That they were going to have Jim Cummins, the guy who voiced Optimus Prime.
Yep.
The guy who voiced the Brain. They were going to have 2 different people from Dragon Ball Z. They had a lot of voice actors there, and I was kind of excited because they even had Marina Sirtis and Gates McFadden from Star Trek but I know Marina Sirtis better as the voice of Demona
Yes.
on
Gargoyle.
cartoons ever.
Gargoyles.
I love Gargoyle so much, and the fact that some of the cast was from Next Generation. I mean, I love that
A
show.
lot
Man.
of the cast was former Star Trek. Marina Sirtis, who was Deanna Troi, was Demona.
Yep.
Jonathan Frakes, who was Will Riker, who was
the bad guy. Xanatos.
Yeah. And that show, for as short as it was such a great show. It was completely different from what we get from Disney.
Yeah.
You know, to see that.
It actually lasted a pretty good while. 3 seasons.
Well, that third season don't count. I don't even want to talk about the third season. Compared to the first 2 seasons, it was trash. The first episode was the best episode, and then after that, it just kept getting weaker and weaker.
The first season and the second season were great. The third season wasn't as great as the first or the second season, but at least it didn't try retconning crap or messing up things from the past. It just wasn't quite as good.
Yeah, it was trying to work up to season 4, but they canceled it before they could. For season 4 would have been the best season.
Greg Wiseman, the showrunner and the creator, was only involved in the first episode, and that was it. Because he knew when they moved to Saturday mornings, it wasn't going to have that same feel that they had on weekdays. Yep. They neutered it on that third season. No, I sometimes that Broadway goes to Hollywood. I'm like, come on, man. That's just.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that was the third season. I always thought that was the second season when that happened.
A lot of people want to ignore the third season. I remember it, but I don't watch it as much. You know, most of the time I just watch the first 2 and be done.
My favorite ones are the original storyline, which was like a whole movie, like 5 episodes of the first season, and then all the stuff with Macbeth that they did.
I loved the Macbeth stuff. And the whole thing that him and Demona went through, being tied together in terms of immortality.
You two at the bottom know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But it's been so long since I've seen it that I don't remember storylines.
Number 1, the Disney number 1, where they don't even look quite right on the cover. Mm-hmm. I would love to have that comic, but I've yet to see it.
Oh well, no. What was it? Gargoyles was done by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. I know that. Yeah,
I don't know if the original one was. They had 2 different series.
Yeah, because they had one at Marvel.
Yeah, one of them they actually looked like they did on the show, and then the other one.
And that's the one. That's the Amanda Conner one. That's the Amanda Conner and Palmiotti one, I think. The last time I remember looking at it, that's the one that they all look like the show.
It up for some, but I wouldn't mind having that. But yeah, man, Gargoyle was my favorite cartoon back in the day.
85 was Joe Madureira. I'm really bad at his name.
Joe Mad, I call him.
And the writer was Martin Pascoe from the original in 1985. So there you go.
There was no Gargoyles in 1985.
You must be talking about the Gargoyle from the Marvel comics.
Yeah, the Marvel comics. Yeah, Marvel comics.
No, we're talking about the Gargoyles from the cartoon.
Yeah, the animated
series. The comic book.
Yeah, the comic book of the cartoon, not the character.
Yeah. So that's the Jimmy Palmiotti one then. Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner. That's the one I'm talking about.
I only have one issue from that run, and those are hard to find in back.
Yeah. Those are hard to find because even Amanda Conner said that's Amanda's first works. That's why it's hard to find.
Really? Mostly. That I did not know.
Yeah, because she was in an interview previously. I watched the Ladies of what was it? Ladies of Comics. She was in it. Mm-hmm. The Trina Robbins, the lady that created Vampirella's swimsuit, and she hates talking about it because everybody asks her about it because. So, because one of the people in the interview asked her, and she goes, "I hate talking about this."
Oh, dang.
Well, she created it, so she can't talk.
There's coming from Sarah too. There's 2 stories. There's 2 different stories about that too. So
this says 95.
Oh, maybe it's 95 instead of 85.
Illustrated by Joe Madureira and Martin Pascoe. That's the first time they're in comics, but it mentions issue 9 is cover art by Amanda Connor. So it must not be the number 1, but it must be that series.
Yeah, it's that series. Number 9. Well, I think it was her first. I think it was her first ever cover. No. Yeah, cover. No. It's a Barbie. It's a Barbie. That's her first cover. A Barbie.
That's the Amanda Connor cover.
Amanda.
That looks nice. I can imagine.
And here's the first one where they don't look quite right, like they did on the.
Yeah.
That one looks awesome to me.
It does look awesome, but it's not.
Almost looks like a goosebump cover. Almost looks like a goosebump cover. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are hard to find, man.
Yeah, especially the Amanda Connor's ones.
Is all it was.
Especially the Amanda Connor and all that other stuff. But Amanda's, one of her first works is Gargoyles, but her first works was Barbie. Was a Barbie comic. Yeah, but I remember because her and Trina were talking about it. They worked together on that comic. So Trina Robbins and her worked together. So
man, I met Amanda and Jimmy like twice at MegaCon. They such cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're so
I've met them at my local comic shop. They were really cool there too.
Okay.
I met them in San Diego. I was not
Solo Avengers number 12. First interior art by Amanda Connor. That's what the cover is. Now and then just like her first cover is Barbie Fashion number 39.
Yep. So if you ever wanted to collect her first work,
that's 93.
I'm a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
So Gargoyle 9 is just an early Amanda Connor then.
Yeah. Because I remember her talking about it during that interview. I'm like, she did a Barbie? So I went looking it up. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Good to know.
Yeah. What?
They all got to start somewhere.
Well, no, but they even say they get surprised when people bring up the Barbie at all, like bring up the Barbie for them to sign because it's hard to find. So they're surprised that they see it.
Nice.
You know, they go, oh, like.
It's always great to bring something that a creator don't expect. You to bring.
Yeah.
I
had Connor and Palmiotti sign the Pro, and I have a feeling I'm one of the few that had them sign that book.
Oh no, my the shop owner that I go to, my local shop, he had him sign a Vampire. You know, there's a Vampirella where her butt's facing like this.
There's a bunch of those, Jeff.
No, I'm not talking about a cover. I'm talking about the toy that has alternate toy version of where she's flipped around in the box, where she's actually flipped around and her butt's actually facing out. But so they had Amanda. He had Amanda Connor right on it, going, "Stop staring at my ass." And it says signed by Amanda Connor.
I would agree with you there, Buff. I enjoyed getting Marv Wolfman's first published work. It's an issue of Black Hawk. I think it's 242. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that issue number. But anyway, I brought it up, and everybody was getting signed stuff. And then I'm like, do you remember this one? And as soon as he saw it, he's like, yeah, dude, this is when I first got paid. And he started flipping through it and everything.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
I did bring Greg Capullo a Michael Myers Halloween book.
Oh yeah,
nice.
And he was not expecting it as well because like everyone was bringing like a bunch of Batman books and stuff. And he's like, "Oh my god, you're the only one that's done this in a long time." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, that's cool." Yeah. And he was showing everyone. He took the book and was like, "Look, this is what."
Yeah,
like,
he's did a Lady Death. He's did a Lady Death too, and a lot of people bring it. Not a lot of people bring him Lady Death, and when you bring him a Lady Death, he goes, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring one because he's another great guy. You know, I met multiple times, and I always love meeting him and chatting. Well, I'm gonna bring that Undertaker comic cover he did.
Yeah.
Yo, he did that awesome cover of the Undertaker, and I'm gonna bring that.
That's cool. Yeah,
You know,
he's good.
I know the MegaCon tickets are on sale now. And you know,
I'll wait, man. I'll wait until my next bonus comes, and then I'll buy them. That's every year. I'll wait for my next bonus, and then I'll get it, because that's every year I do it.
and the con is in March, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, March 12th through I think.
That's
19th.
pretty early in the year too.
Yeah.
I'm
But
just waiting to see what big con is going to take the risk at the start of the next year.
But they have 2 dates set. If you read the email, they have 2 dates set. If they don't do it that March, they'll do it that July or June or something like that, around there. That's what they said. if they can't make the first date.
I just want to see who's going to take the risk first. You know,
I'm
when we go into next year.
I'm a little irritated. I asked for the refund. Man, I think I shouldn't have asked for the refund. I should have just kept the damn ticket.
Yep, that's what I did for San Diego and Heroes Con next year. Heroes is in June and San Diego's in July, so we'll see.
April 9th through 11th. That's the Huntsville convention. And it will go on because we did one in July of this year, so I know we're going to have that one in April. We might have to wear masks still, but we're going to be doing it. So if you got one that beats April, there you go.
Yeah. March. The one ours, the MegaCon's in March, right?
I know there was a horror con here in Vegas like a month ago. I don't know how they were able to do that, but yeah, I saw somebody had posted some pictures, and it looked. I guess it's because not too many people went, so there wasn't.
Ours down here is called Spooky Empire. We have one down here.
Cool.
Yeah. I gotta show. Yeah, I gotta show JoJo that one.
Oh yeah. I thought he said he had to shit. I was like, well, what do it here?
Yeah, I didn't go. I wanted to, but I forgot.
Yeah.
I think.
But what we did for the Huntsville convention is they had an area twice the size of the actual convention, like with the amount of vendors and stuff. Good. And then they also had sanitizing stations. Everyone had to wear a mask, and their aisles were twice as large, so you could distance.
Yeah, as long as they take the proper protocols like that, like that's a good thing.
I would love for that to happen in San Diego because it is.
Everybody loved it.
This one,
You should have seen the deals I got.
Man,
yeah.
Ooh.
Now that one has a nice story.
Yeah. He actually signed it. So it's funny because it says James Han, and then it said he signed it in Cantonese. It is James Han.
Wow.
But I'll read you what the slab says. Signed by James Han and Lo Pan.
I love that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Great.
That is so funny.
Well, he signed it twice. Once in
that's
Cantonese,
amazing, though.
And then once in English, because the guy in front of me only had him signed in English. I'm like, and then he goes, "Do you want me to sign it in Cantonese?" I go, "Yes, please." So mine's different, and then I had him sign the glow in the dark pop too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Had them sign that, and then there's a movie book that I picked up, like a movie one. I had him sign too. So.
And of course, you see the photo right there of him.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Right there behind him.
Yep.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, he don't need to. They don't need to age him up no more. No, there's a funny story behind that too, because he's telling me to do a fight pose. He tells everybody that was there to do a fight pose. No, the funniest one was he was midway through taking pictures. He goes, "I'm going taking a piss," and he's walking out.
Oh, that's wild.
He's walking out, so he's walking out, and he has an entourage following him into the bathroom. So I imagine if you're the guy taking a piss next to him, so look, and you go, "Oh shit!"
Oh my god.
He, out of all the things I've seen him in, he's got to be like the coolest guy.
Nicest guy too, man. Like, he was
the nicest guys.
No. He did he did a dancing contest too that day too. It was funny. Nobody jumped in. Only a couple of people jumped in too. It was pretty funny. That he did Lo Pan style. It was a remake of Gundam style. So it was funny as hell because he's dancing too. But he's always wanted to be a comedic actor. That's what he wanted to do when he was younger. And well, back then he couldn't do it, so he could just did whatever parts came to him.
Yeah.
Well, I think of Lopan being a comedic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was in a comedic movie, but man, in Balls of Fury, that was funny as crap.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, but like Wayne's World, that like I saw a lot of people get like a bunch of Wayne's World stuff signed. Like they had different stuff, but like he had all kinds of pictures, like all kinds of Polaroids and stuff like that you could get signed, or take a selfie. But I already paid for this, so I wasn't. I'm good.
Now, that was the same Spooky Empire that Elvira was at, right?
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. Elvira came.
Talk about
twice.
someone and aging.
No. Elvira came twice. The first one.
As her.
First one was in Orlando. You know the whole story behind that one.
Yeah, I know that one.
JoJo needs to hear this one.
What's up?
People ended up in a fist fight for these damn pops.
What?
For these Elvira pops. These guys
crazy.
ended up getting no because we saw these the tattoo guys go. The tattoo guys look up and go, God damn it, Elvira again. So we asked her because we didn't know what was going on. I overheard them and I asked them what was going on. They go, yeah, when they were in Orlando, they didn't order enough pops. The guys ended up in fist fights and the dude base got thrown in the convention center. It didn't even disperse them and like people like actually cops would call it. That's why they ended up coming to Tampa because normally they have it both times in Orlando. The whole reason they came to Tampa was to get away from the bad publicity they got over there.
Oh my goodness.
Kick his ass.
Yeah.
He's got a Funko.
Yeah.
Man, she still looks good as Elvira.
Yeah.
Love Cassandra. She is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's funny.
Yeah.
I wanted to go down to Tampa. I wanted to go down to Tampa with Steve and them for the Spooky Empire, but I couldn't make it. And when they told me about the line,
dude, that line was freaking crazy, bro. Because they had Ash from Evil Dead.
Yeah, he was there.
They had the whole crew from Evil Dead. Actually, they had the director, the brothers were there. So almost the whole crew was there, and then they had the guy that did Hellraiser, the guy that wrote Hellraiser and all that stuff.
Clive Barker?
Yeah.
Clive Barker.
Yeah.
They had Clive Barker. I didn't even know because he was in a damn box. He was in like a dude, but you couldn't tell it was somebody in it because the box had no distinguishing marks that say, "Hey, Clive Barker's here." They had or Clive Barker's art or anything. They didn't have anything that said
he was in the puzzle box, man.
Pretty much, he was in it, dude. But the funniest thing, the box was right in the middle of the damn convention center, so it's a big black like box that you didn't even know. Yeah, it was so weird. You didn't know what the heck.
Step into my puzzle box to meet Clive Barker.
Yeah, because Clive Barker was there. The girl from Halloween that was the clown from Halloween was at the.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she was in the zombie ones as the best friend.
From part 4, I think.
Yeah. She was there, like a bunch of actors were there, like horror actors. Like this con was really, at the time was like the main reason I went was.
Yeah. Yeah, the horror cons are pretty cool. I haven't been to one yet though, but I've seen.
I know Sid Haig was at one of the Orlando ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this was before he passed, and I was like, damn, he was right there. I can imagine.
I'm glad it was before he passed and not after.
But the funny thing was, one Spooky Empire that I was so upset that I missed was one that was in the springtime because I remember they had 2 Spooky Empires in Orlando around in the year, and Ernie freaking Hudson was there from Ghostbusters.
Wow.
And when I saw that, it was like a few days after that, I finally saw the Spooky Empire listen on my Instagram, and I said, Ernie Hudson, I'm like, what the fuck? How I missed this?
Yeah.
I was so upset because I'll tell y'all a story. I met Ernie before when we went to like one of them space museums in New York. Mm-hmm. You know, me, my dad, my brother, we was in line, and all of a sudden we see a group of people coming and I'm like, who's that? And then next thing you know, I see it's Ernie Hudson and his family. And, my mind blown. I'm like, oh, shit. It's Winston from Ghostbusters. So,
Crazy.
me being the Ghostbuster fan, I bust out, shook his hand for a bit. And, and then after that show, we took a picture. And at the time, I kind of felt bad because, he was with his family, but he was super cool about it.
That's nice.
And we took a picture, but it was one of those video pictures, and eventually it got erased.
Oh,
it got taped over, and it sucked, man.
Oh.
But that I still remember that experience, and it was super cool to meet him. So I really wanted to meet him again and maybe bring that up and see if he remembered, but I probably doubt he did, but because he met so many people in his life.
I always wonder that too when you're like a big celebrity. Do you remember certain occasions?
If it's rememberable, they'll remember it because I know Stan Lee's, well, if Stan Lee was still alive, Stan Lee will remember Mr. White Gloves for sure. Because Mr. White Gloves scared the crap out of him one time when he went, Mr. White Gloves! He said he did that and scared the crap out of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always fun when you even run into a celebrity and out of nowhere, you could just walk the street and there's a celebrity, especially in New York at that time.
Mm-hmm. And then what was it? Yeah, over here in Tampa, you always or Tampa or Orlando, you always run into wrestlers and stuff like that. I know that because the next thing is out there in Orlando, and then Ceda's always out here shopping at the International Mall out here. So you'll see them like walking around.
Well, we was at Tampa last year, and boat went off, and he met a nasty boy.
Yeah. The nasty boy was in Tampa.
Jerry Sags, I think. Oh no, Brian Knobs. It was Brian Knobs.
Yeah, no, Knobs. Yeah, Knobs.
I asked Bo, like, did he give you the underarm thing?
Yeah. Knobs was there, and then what was it? Sunday it was Rocky's dad, the Rock's dad was there Sunday Sunday.
Yeah.
Met him. He was really nice too, dude. But he gained a lot of weight though, like from
Penn City.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, I really love going to cons and just having fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yep, the movie book. He goes, "Where do you want me to sign it?" Yeah, so you see here he signed it and Ben had did low pin and pointed at himself.
That's cool.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. He goes, first thing he goes, at least, what was it? He told me, oh yeah, at least they don't gotta age me up now when he puts on the makeup. Because he goes, it took forever. He said he fell, like I asked him a couple of questions. He said he fell asleep in the chair a couple of times.
I would too. Those sessions take forever.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, I'm a celebrity. I remember all of you guys, so it's okay.
We're all kind of YouTube celebrities, anyways.
You just keep thinking that, Jim.
No, I'm not lying. I went to shops and like half of the time I don't even know who the owner is. The owner walks up to me and goes, "Aren't you this person?" Or like did that at the Puff a couple of times.
Wow.
Well, they would do that if I was the funny looking guy at the gas station. They'd be like,
Man, C. Wood got to meet Roddy Piper, man. That's awesome, man.
That would have been awesome. Well, here's the thing. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, I'm sure I met Roddy. I met, all those guys back in the Roanoke Civic Center, back when it was just that little territory. Back before it was so huge.
True.
Back in the day. Wahoo McDaniels.
I had what was it? I had older friends that go, oh yeah, I used to drink with these guys. I'm like, oh, used to drink with Dusty and all that. I'm like, oh okay, Andre and all that. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Andre.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there's 1,000 stories right there.
Yeah.
Hey, JoJo, do you have a specific like con memory that you cherish the most when going to cons?
Honestly, probably when I met Bruce Campbell. He was just such a gem of a person, and I wasn't expecting it because he was running late, and his like handler person or whoever's in charge of managing the whole thing.
Yeah, handlers. They're handlers.
He was like, they were coming up to us in the long line and they were like, "Hey guys, we're kind of in a hurry. You can have one item signed, but that's it." And we were hearing whispers that he was in a bad mood. So I was like, "Oh man, that sucks," because he's so cool and so funny, usually. And but I walked up there and he was so nice. He signed. I had a little. Luckily, because when you go to San Diego Comic-Con, all these things are scheduled, and you have to read like all the fine print, and it'll say, "Oh, you can't bring anything, but they'll give you a like promotional item to get signed." So I didn't want to get that sign. I wanted like my own personal item, so I brought a little print that I had of Evil Dead, and I luckily they were like, "All right, you guys can have personal things signed, but only one item." So I luckily I had brought that, and I had him sign it. He was like, "Wow, this is so cool," and he wrote groovy on it, and then he started like doing a bunch of markings on it, like extra blood squirts on it and stuff like that. He's like, "Yeah, went a little crazy with that one. Here you go." And I'm like, "No, it's all good. Thank you so much." Yeah, it's just
awesome.
So nice. Yeah. And it was just extra nice because I thought he was in a bad mood or something, and so I was like a little hesitant to even walk up to him. But no, he was like,
trust
great.
me, he was in when he was in Tampa with all of them. Yeah, he was. The line was. You thought Elvira's line was long? His line was long. Elvira's line was long. Even the producer of Army of Darkness. Damn it, why can't I remember his name?
I can't think of it either.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can.
Yeah, but him and his brother that was in Xena, a couple of times. Yeah, but their lines were huge. Their lines were huge, man. Like, me and Steve got confused because we thought, oh, this must be the Elvira line. Nope, that was Bruce Campbell line, and the producer and all that. Oh, okay. This must be Elvira line. Yeah, the Elvira line went all the way around.
Yeah, that's cool. Unfortunately, though, like I haven't met up any YouTubers like at San Diego. I guess
San Diego's a little harder, I would think.
Yeah.
Well, if I had known, I would have said
I
hello.
know. I didn't realize, but maybe whenever it comes back, we'll totally meet up. But
That'd be awesome.
yeah, Vegas, I have been able to meet some people that come down for that con, and that's been awesome too. Like I met from Ray from what's his channel called again? He doesn't do many videos anymore. Comic Fanatics, I think. It's
Oh,
yeah.
Ray Jr.
Yeah.
Right.
I met him. He's awesome. And then I met RB3 out here. I met Comic Vantage, who usually goes out here, or he lives out here, so he usually goes to the con. But who else?
If I ever go back out there, I would want to check out Torpedo. That's the main thing I want to check out is Torpedo Comics. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Torpedo's cool. I don't really go digging there very often though, just because it's so expensive. It's an awesome shop though. Like going there is like such an experience. It's cool, and the signings are great there too.
Yeah.
That's where I met most of the YouTubers actually. Some of them I met at the con, but yeah, it's been tough to like actually meet up with people. So I'm hoping whenever the cons come back that I could do a better job at that. So.
Trust me,
just put it out there on Instagram normally.
Yeah,
that's
I posted on
it's a lot of fun.
I never got any comments back about being in San Diego.
Yeah.
Well, that's because most people ain't that special to actually get a ticket to be at
it's pretty much a dice roll for to get
I
tickets.
5 years before I got tickets.
Same here. Exactly.
Yeah.
After like 4 years of trying.
The only person other than you two now that I know is Jim Mint, and that's it. I don't know of any other comic YouTube. I don't even think Comic Con does it.
Well, he could if he wanted to, but
yeah,
he
probably.
Yeah. He could probably go in with Torpedo guys because he knows plenty of the Torpedo guys anyway. He knows plenty of the dealers.
I also feel like there are less comic collectors or YouTubers out on the West Coast, right? Like It just seems like there are a lot of the middle states and East Coast.
I kind of feel like that myself. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you got
there's a bunch. John Comic Book Kid.
John. Yeah, Discovery.
Jeffrey Comic Con.
Yeah, Jeffrey Comic Con Henson.
But do they go to the cons? Because I never like see.
Well, most of the time they go to their cons where they're at, where they're based at.
They don't travel very much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like okay, I know TiVo and King of the Golden State. I know they go to the Long Beach cons, which I still need to catch them there too. But like, yeah, for the most part, I don't know. Like, there weren't very many.
You can always come out to MegaCon.
Hey, come to Charlotte to Heroes Con next year.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, no.
Or if you want a really cheap flight, come to Huntsville.
Yeah.
So what you got there?
Oh well, we were talking about autographs and cons and everything, so I just thought I'd show up. You ever watch the Gotham TV show?
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first season and then I fell off of it.
Selena Kyle, but
you. Well, anyway, that would be Alfred.
Okay, yeah.
Master Will. Nice. And you guys know Matt Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The voice,
the quarterback.
Whoever will be voice of Constantine. He was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was great as Constantine in the TV show. It was just a wrong channel.
And then this one, super awesome. He signed it to Big Will.
Oh!
There he is.
Wow.
And then the best experience with non-comic book people was this guy from the Gotham TV show, Donald Logue.
Oh, yeah.
He was super nice.
I met him,
and everything. He was like the best experience ever. And I don't have it with me, but I remember got the Batman, the kid who played Bruce Wayne signature, and he kept wanting to talk to me, and I was like, I got to go get the other people's signatures. Because, I mean, he stood out, got out from behind his thing because everything was winding down, and he was just like talking to me about random crap. We were talking about time travel, with going in different time zones and stuff, and I'm like, this is awesome, but I need to get the other shit.
Like Big Al was saying, Al was saying, if we could time travel, man, we would be going to grab all keys back then. grab all keys and come back.
But man, show that Carrie one again. Bro, we was just talking Princess Bride yesterday.
Gosh, I love that movie.
Yeah, I love that movie. I love Men in Tyson. He's an awesome actor, man.
Yep.
Just put him on the big screen again.
Dave Chappelle and Men in Tights.
The funny thing is that he thought he was a little sick. So as we were going to meet him and everything, he asked for an elbow bump. He's like, I got a little ticket in my throat, and asked for an elbow bump and signs like, how do you sign? It's like, well, they tend to call me Big Will. He has, all right. And he just signed it to Big.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's always great to meet, celebrities that you really want to meet, Like most of the time I go to these cons, like when I was younger, I ain't give a damn about the celebrities. I just want to go to the con for the comics,
Yeah.
I don't give a crap about most of them, but there's a few that I'd like to get an autograph from. Like, I missed out on William Shatner. Because I was low on cash and he's expensive.
$100.
Yeah, so I accepted that. I ran out of money and I didn't get the what's the lady's name that plays Wasp in the Marvel movies?
Wasp.
Dang it. I know who
I forget her name. But
anyway. It's the lady from Lost.
Yeah.
Her character name was Kate. I remember that.
Yeah, Kate.
Anyway, she was there. I missed out on getting her, and there was a few people we missed. But yeah, I like going and getting the signatures of people that I just think are kind of cool. Or I enjoy their stuff. It's not that I'm a huge fan.
That's what this one was. Because I grew up.
I would love to get his signature just because
he's gonna be in the. They're gonna induct him in the Asian Hall of Fame now. Asian Movie Hall of Fame. So because he has over 600 movies that he's done.
Oh wow!
Golly.
But
Wow.
Well, he's done more. There's some of them that they haven't counted yet, but there's a lot more.
Mhm.
Well, I only recently started doing the celeb stuff. I've always wanted to get the comic people to sign, but
Mhm.
I just think it's kind of cool. I really enjoyed Kevin Sorbo. I got him to sign. And when you get him to sign, he gives you a gift bag, and in it's like, you know, a picture of him. It's like how to order his, you know, one of his online things that he does where he like voices over the Bible and stuff. It's a pretty cool little gift bag got just for getting a signature.
When you say gift bag, I had this vision that he's got essential oils and some.
That would be a Fabio signing, not Kevin Sorbo.
Well, yeah, Fabio give you a piece of that bird that hit him too.
So I went and got some frames out of celebrities I met, and of course this is the big one here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Me, my dad,
I got my frame in the other room.
Yeah, I met him, but I didn't get to do a picture.
I had to get the picture.
Oh, Mr. White Gloves has the funniest experience with him though.
I had to meet one of my crushes of the '90s, Vivica A. Fox.
Nice.
Then I also met Doc Brown.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Back to the Future.
That's a great background too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved that background. I had to meet him. He was awesome. And of course, you know, I liked the TV show, but I had to meet the cast of Black Lightning.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, sometimes going to it, these cons, you know, you meet celebrities that you pick out that you want to meet, you know, ones that mean something to you, and that's the fun thing.
Buff, I got to show you this too.
Oh
yeah.
Oh snap!
Oh,
nice.
Nice. That's really.
I still want to meet him.
Yeah, DMC. He was signing at Heroes Con a few years ago, and I walked by him. I was like, that guy looks really familiar to me. And I was like, oh my gosh! I was so happy and so excited.
Where is Heroes Con?
It's in July or June. Excuse me, it's in June. Usually
where's
around the. It's in Charlotte or around the.
Okay.
It's around Father's Day. It's usually Father's Day weekend.
But Puff, you know who I'd like to get a signature from that you would not expect me to want a signature from?
Snoop Dogg.
Pam Grier.
Oh, Pam Grier.
Oh,
yeah.
Pam Grier.
Foxy Brown. Coffee. I would definitely meet her in a heartbeat. If she was at a con, you know, like I'm going to meet Pam Grier.
Yeah.
Who's the girl, the lady from Players Club?
Lisa Ray?
Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, I met her, but that was at my old job because she came for her birthday party and rented out the place.
But hey, I've got a chaos comic of The Rock, like the wrestler The Rock.
Hey, you seen my post?
Same book since like 2001, and at one day, at some point, I will get him to sign that. It hadn't happened in almost 20 years, but I have hope. One day.
He was signing at a show in Greensboro. My brother was helping out at. He was sitting beside The Rock on one side, Axe and Smash from Demolition on the other. This is back when The Rock was the Pebble. He was not The Rock yet. He's like, man, this guy is nice as can be. There's something about this guy. I don't know what it is, but there's something about this guy. And we know now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Will, would you get him to sign it as Dwayne Johnson or The Rock?
I would do both. He is Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh no! What you should have him do is do the same thing this one had happened. Had The Rock sign it, and then have the Dwayne Johnson. It would say signed by Dwayne Johnson and The Rock.
The Rock don't know Cantonese, Jeff.
No, I'm saying the same idea, but it says signed by The Rock and.
He might know Samoan.
Yeah. You have him signed in Samoan.
Man, that would be the most racist thing to get. Could you sign this in Samoan?
He just put it down and slide it to him.
Yeah.
Have an extra 100 on top, just in some mode.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, "Why
they'll
don't you
rock
just
bottom
open
you
your
through
mouth
the
and
table.
mow your dog?"
Yeah, I remember I missed out on the chance to meet The Rock in Brooklyn when he was doing a signing on one of those stores at Flatbush Avenue.
Mhm.
I remember when I went there, the line was so long, and this was around late '99, and the line was so long at that time. You know, I wasn't standing in no line. I had to stand in at Conway with my mother whenever she goes shopping during them times, and I was like, hell no, I'm not standing on the line. And I regretted it. You know, later on, I was like, damn, I had the chance to meet The Rock and I didn't. But it's sometimes, you know, you never know when it comes back. You know, it might come back around and one day you might meet him. But
yeah, it might come back when we all meet him. All of the whole crew meets. So.
What's the longest lines you guys have stood in? Because mine was Stan Lee, and I swear I was there all day.
Mine was Kevin Eastman.
It's between Stan Lee and Jim Lee for me. It's both of the Lees.
No, yeah.
Like half the day.
James Hahn the photo one. The photo one was a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say, JoJo?
When I met, or actually, it wasn't when I met. I mean, it was actually for the Comic Jabroni. I signed a book for him by Eastman, and
Really?
it took like half the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, when I met Eastman in San Diego, I mean, that line just flew right through.
Yeah, usually, like prior years, I don't know why it was so crazy that year, but prior years, I had, just like walked up to him. So I don't know. It was just people wanted, well, yeah.
It was the new Turtles around the time of the new Turtles movies were dropping, I think. That's probably why.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, just so you guys know, I don't know how many of you are on the Secret Stash on IG, that thing, but apparently, crap, what's his name? It's Mr. Gretzky, Comic Books NYC, DS Comics, Simply Incredible Podcast.
That's me.
Possibly Gino Benino. Looks like maybe even Bake the Snake. Looks like M.Austin.K. I don't know who that is, but all those people, it looks like, will be at the Heroes Con. So that means that, sorry, Puff, looks like I'm going to try for Heroes Con this year instead of MegaCon. So hopefully they have it.
Yeah, man, we missed our window last year. I mean, with this whole Corona.
Yeah, but you never know how big this year's gonna get, man. Every year, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know how many more YouTubers are gonna add on to the MegaCon chat, man. We started it and it was maybe only 10 of us, and then it started trickling out, and it ended up.
I mean, you gotta remember, John's Comics for Kids did an auction to sell books so he could get to MegaCon.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like they don't go to the California ones; they go to other ones. You know, like John's Comics with Kids.
Yeah, he went to C2E2 and that one. Yeah. He was gonna go to
Baltimore. Well, how about like San Diego or Vegas?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about Vegas, but San Diego's not as focused on the actual comic books anymore, and that's probably that. In fact, they couldn't get him probably.
Yeah, but there's also Long Beach Con. I think he went to the Long Beach one, right? I thought I remembered him.
Yeah, he went to.
I know a lot of people go to Long Beach out there. Airborne Sapper, he used to go to a bunch of them out that way.
Airborne, yeah, I would love to meet Airborne.
I haven't seen him for a long time.
Yeah, he's been a little active on Instagram.
But look him up, buddy. You can look him up.
I guess we just don't have the coordination that you guys all do.
Well, y'all got all that sunshine and fires, and so you can't really pay attention to the con.
Yeah, or maybe I'll just start a West Coast group or something like that.
We'll see. Yeah, because we're down here is the down south writers, so it's like, yeah.
I would still suggest, because of how nice the weather usually is, everyone try to do something in the south. like Alabama, Georgia, Florida, or Carolina. At some point, everyone try to get there, and it's usually cheaper there too. Like if you try and fly from California to Orlando, it's expensive. Jeff,
John.
no, not John. Jeffrey Comic Con was doing the math, and he was like, it's I could be off on this, but just to show the difference, he was like, it's $900 or something like that for California to Orlando. But I mean, I could be wrong on the price.
Wow.
I'm saying a price to show you the difference.
Wow.
Didn't he go to New York?
I don't know, but anyway, he looked at the same flight from there to Huntsville, Alabama, and it was like 70% off. I mean, depending on where you go, it can be a lot cheaper too.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go to the Atlanta Con or maybe Heroes Con, if you want to fly in, maybe fly into Huntsville, Alabama to keep your costs low, and then it's only a couple hours driving. And maybe you could hitch a ride with someone like me, Two Brothers Comics, Southern Comic Geek drives a lot there. He's in Mississippi.
Or flying instead of flying into Orlando, flying into Tampa or something like that. You know what I mean? It could be cheaper.
Yeah.
I know Baltimore's got
you got Steve and me out here in Tampa. So if you guys come to MegaCon or TampaCon, you know what I mean? It's out here. So
yeah, I would love to go to a con out in Florida because I went.
Baltimore really good.
2019, I went to vacation over there, and I was checking out the shops. And I loved the shops out there.
We took Puff to a shop where he goes, man, I'm glad you guys didn't take me here first. Trust me,
Urban Legend.
Yeah,
because if we went to Urban Legend first, I would have been broke because they had so many great books and back issues.
JoJo would have been all day. Trust me, you would have been in that. You would have been in that one all day because we could have been.
Comics. It was good times over there. So
that's what we told Robert. That's what we told the Godfather not to pack too when he said he was coming down. We go, don't pack too much clothes, man, because you're gonna be bringing comics home.
Exactly. So I gotta check out their cons too.
Yeah, but hopefully, like I said, everything gets better for next year and works out, and cons can start coming back and. Even if we still have to go with the mask and protocol,
my thing is I really don't care as long as we get to hang out with each other. That's all I care about, really.
I have no problem wearing a mask. I know a lot of people freak out over it. It's like, not a big deal.
Well, I hate it with all my being, but I'm not gonna freak out about it. I mean, that's how I do things, and I'll wear it.
And I'm sitting here like I'm the only one without glasses on this panel, man.
Yeah.
It only fogs up a lot.
Yeah. Imagine wearing it for 8 hours at work, man. It's the worst part.
Yeah.
But you can manage if you have to. There ain't no good managing if the event doesn't happen.
Hey, poor Mike, I think poor Mike's in Florida too. I still got him.
Yeah, poor Mike's in Florida. I met poor Mike a couple of. No, the funniest thing Steve ever done was give him an A-OK. Didn't tell him what was in it. He goes digging through the thing. He goes, I can't believe Steve had this sit on the bottom of the box, and it's a slab.
And so I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be going to my local convention, the Huntsville one, obviously, and it's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. Now that I know we can do it with precautions. Dragon Con is in September. They let me move my ticket from this year because they canceled to next year. So
I wish I kept my MegaCon ticket. They did that. I wish I kept my MegaCon ticket.
So that one's paid for. I can go to it. So I'm planning on. It's looking like Heroes Con for me, and then maybe next year skip out on Dragon Con because I've done it a few years, and then go to Heroes Con and MegaCon.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we need Iron Man suits.
That's right.
Check out Emerald City too.
Is that the first con of the year?
Yeah,
as an Emerald.
Normally, it's either Emerald or C2E2. One of those two is normally the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I've always heard good things
normally
about
either
them.
it's either Emerald and then it's C2E2, or it's either C2E2 and then Emerald, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they be flipping it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, this Saturday, today, is GarageCon. Reggie Collect's house. GarageCon.
Con.
But Big Will's gonna be having a lot of sales for sure if he's coming to MegaCon in a couple of.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's
well,
like
he don't sell
3
nothing.
out here in Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it, Jeff, because I'll be driving down. I don't have to worry
Oh,
about
okay.
flight. It ain't that far from me.
Yeah, that's what kills me about San Diego is the flight is one. The flight isn't that bad, but when you get to the hotels, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's
Brutal.
wild when you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned the hard way. Don't try to walk at DragonCon. DragonCon's 5 hotels, 100,000 people. So I learned the hard way. You don't walk to everything, and you don't try to drive yourself. You ride their bus system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The whole reason that bus system is there for.
JoJo, when you go to San Diego, are you more for the floor or for the panels and stuff?
More for the floor.
I'm there on the floor almost the entire time.
Almost, yeah. Because for us, we'd like to check out the like Artist Alley, and the comic book people are sitting out there. So
Yep. I usually have almost a day to almost 2 days set aside just for Comic Book Alley. So there's so many great artists over there and writers.
Like, as much as people complain, including myself, about all the people, it's just so worth it because there's so much talent there, and a lot of times you could just walk up to them. Like, not every single booth has huge lines. It's like there's several others that are just you could just walk up.
I mean, you can see my signed comic book over here.
Oh, that's so cool.
Where I think I had like 40 some different artists sign this one.
Nice.
It's the one the Harley Goes to San Diego one.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
that's
your
awesome.
cards right, you could just go from booth to booth, just getting signatures.
Let me see.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing when at the last MegaCon in 2019. I stayed in Artist Alley just to get the SIGs.
That's a beautiful.
I'm sure you can't tell which one Eastman.
Kevin Eastman. That's the only one I recognize. Wait a minute. I think I see a Babs Tar.
Does anyone know who this one is right here?
Adam Hughes. I got a Lady Death signed by him.
I absolutely hate that signature.
I want him to sign Adam. I want him to sign Adam Hughes on at least one of his things. If I ever bring him one.
We had the back of it too.
You need a clear backing board, my friend.
I do. I really do.
Amanda Connor. I assume Jimmy.
Greg Horn.
That's Campbell.
Yeah.
J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah.
Greg Horn was really nice. We met him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anytime you meet him, he is great.
He's freaking hilarious. He goes, "What are you guys?" We told him, "Well, yeah, we're YouTubers or whatever." 90 was with us at the time. 90's like, we should get you for an interview. Like, yo, I'm trying to start up my YouTube, and him and 90 were trading business cards. It was funny.
Pan Sakai, gosh, he was awesome to chat with. The creator for Usagi Yojimbo, phenomenal. Just sit there and talk with him. And surprisingly, no one was talking to him. And then when he came to Heroes Con last year, he had the longest line in the entire building, which blew my mind.
Wow.
I mean, Chris Claremont,
Heroes Con is a comic book convention.
But Chris Claremont had almost no one in line.
Well, Chris is everywhere though.
Probably, yeah.
He's in Memphis every year. He's been to the convention.
Oh yeah, he was at SuperCon, and he didn't have anybody with him either.
The thing with Chris Claremont is you're gonna be in line for a while because he likes to talk.
Oh yeah.
I was the
Star Wars with him.
27th person in line, and I got to see him after 2.5 hours.
Wow.
That's how long it took.
And then he talked to Geek. Then he talked to you for 2.5 hours too.
There were 4 people behind me, and he got to go up to him at the 4-hour mark.
Oh, good gracious.
Man.
I remember one of my friends gave him a book. He literally sat there and read the book. I was like, dude, you literally wrote the book.
What What's hilarious is though, because of the pandemic, he was the only comic person that was willing to still come. So I was okay staying in line because there wasn't anybody else to go see. So he just took that opportunity. He's like, well, let me tell you a
little story.
Yeah. You stood there for 2 hours. He talked to you for another 2 hours.
He literally talked to people for like 20 minutes.
I got there to the front of the line. I handed him the book, and I was like, so what do you think? And he hands me the book. It's next. I was like, rather than be handsome. Come on.
I want to get a Silver Age X-Men done by Jim Steranko just so I can ask him about the logo. Because I've heard stories about him and that logo and how he likes to tell the story about that logo.
Man, I cannot. He is the one person that I dread and am most excited for. I'm most excited to meet him because I hear he's got great stories he's going to talk.
Yeah.
And I'm dreading meeting him because I know my feet are going to be sore from the line.
Yeah. And also how he handles the book. If he gets a little started on a story, he might handle that book in the wrong.
You don't hand him a high grade book. You hand him mid grade or lower. That way it will still be the same grade.
Yep.
Bonafide Comics is a friend of mine. His wife met Steranko, and she said, I don't know exactly what happened. She's like, I hate that man. I will never go near him again.
Oh, he's a big
women.
He's a big flirt.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There you go.
He's a real no lie. I've heard stories about him. That's why.
JD talked about how.
Go ahead.
JD was talking about how he flirted with his wife. You know, she was dressed up, I think, as Zatanna and stuff, and Steranko was kind of hitting on her.
Like, look right past JD and just talk to his wife the whole time. He said.
Oh my god.
Well, Tom told the story how his girl, Erin, was there getting stuff signed, and no pictures. Jim Steranko's no pictures except just of him. You couldn't be in a picture with him, and he's like, okay, I know you don't like taking pictures with people, but how would you like to take one with a beautiful girl? So he got his girl to get so he could take a picture with Steranko because he did it for the girl.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's awful.
JoJo's like, I know how to do it now.
Awesome, man.
Out of 5 people here, I know who's going to get a picture. So throw it out there.
Here's my charm on this one. That's funny.
Oh, that's talking about me. No.
All right, folks, we are over the 3-hour mark.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, 3 hours flew by quick. When you get into these conversations, you don't even think of the time.
I know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. JoJo, thanks for showing up. Thanks for being on this panel.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure. And if you ever want to come back on the show, man, just let me know. You're always welcome back on the show.
Awesome. We'll do.
Love to. Great to meet you, JoJo.
Yeah, all of you.
Everybody, her link to her YouTube and IG is in the description. Sub her up, follow her if you're not. She puts out great content. She has a great live stream on Sunday showing off all her finds during the week. So definitely check out Flix and Comix.
Except for tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tomorrow.
I smell hot dogs.
Is it the dead fly?
Yeah, that's how you forget the flies. You're smelling hot dogs.
It's probably the gas heater over here.
It's lunchtime.
Yeah. Yep. Right. But yeah, thanks to Big Will. As always, great to have you on. You didn't sell anything today, Big Will. That was surprising.
Yeah, I know. But I appreciate it.
I did show books, though, and all books.
You showed books, but you didn't do your this is for sale to try and entice us.
Yeah, throw the mojo on it.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't think y'all want to buy the only thing I had that would be for sale right here at 9.4 CWTCC first card.
That's for sale, folks. That's for sale. Daryl, Simply Incredible. Thanks for coming on the show. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks so much, my friend. Always appreciate the invites, man.
And of course, my Cantonese brother, Jeff.
Like
Always
always.
great. Look forward to Silver Sunday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I should be on the Comic Hall tonight. They may be on, but if they are on, I'll probably be on that show. So with that in mind, this is your boy Sean, Stay Puft 1983. We are signing out.